Hey everyone. I can tell I'm live, but I'm not there yet. I'm gonna turn the camera on in just 1 second. My lipstick's getting kind of screwed up. I just want to fix it first. But how's everyone doing tonight? Hey, holy crap. Let's see, who do we got here? Hey, Crystal. Hey, Laura Nelson, Kathy Ann, the Dark Magician, Susan Elliott, Shaz, Kimberly, what's up? Lisa Sims, Tifa, Chelsea Cameron, feeling kind of breezy, Beauty Demon. Holy crap, there's a lot of people here. Holy shit. Hi everyone. It's crazy here. Let me finish. Wait, let's take care real quick. So yeah, I was planning on going live anyways, but I was gonna do something different. But then something was brought to my attention just like minutes ago, literally minutes ago. Or rather, not something, but someone, I guess you could say, was brought to my attention. And then I went to her Twitter page and I started reading her tweets, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like, how have I not been following this chick? I mean, I knew about her. I knew she existed. I knew about the little tiff there between her and or not even tiff, just whatever interaction between she and Katie. But I just wasn't following her. What the freak is wrong with me? Anyways, here, right there. My lipstick look okay? I think whatever. Okay. So, anyways, let me sign out of my Twitter, and then I'll go ahead and share the screen. Okay, here we go. Let me just pull her account back up. Dude, like I said, I was looking at her Twitter account, and I was reading back and everything, all these older tweets, and she's been like calling Katie out for a while. Like, this chick's like freaking awesome. Damn it. Now I can't spell. You know, I had this all ready to go, but then my lipstick screwed me all up. No, there she is. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. Just a second. Let me see who's here. Hey, everyone. Let me get that started too. Oh, damn it. I just hit the wrong one. So anyways, I'm sure you've all heard of her. Her name's Jennifer Beechey. She's the TikToker who Katie wanted to collab with. That's right. I'm using this camera. Shit. She's the TikToker Katie wanted to collab with. But the TikToker kind of turned Katie down there. And I mean, Katie really hasn't complained about her or anything, but now that I'm looking at her Twitter, there's a lot. She's been calling her out for a while. It's been pretty cool. I can see that coming. So, I mean, has anyone been following her, though? I mean, let me get back to the chat. I'm on Chrome. I planned ahead by getting on Chrome, but, you know, Chrome just takes forever to do anything. It's so annoying. All right, so never heard of her. I don't use TikTok. What's her name? Her name's Kimberly, or no, I'm sorry, Jennifer Beechey. Here, I'll spell it here. Actually, no, I'll just put a link to her Twitter. I'm trying to put a link, waiting for the little spinny thing to stop spinning. All right, so here it is. Here's a link to her Twitter. But yeah, it was some time ago. It's like maybe, I don't know, a month ago or so, no more than 2 months ago, I'd say. I'd say between 1 and 2 months ago, that Katie had come across her TikTok videos. And I guess that Jennifer here, like her mom, I guess, was a member of this church that I don't know, this faith or whatever that Katie follows. And this mother, I guess, attempted to or was told to raise her kids like in the church's way or whatever, like the blanket training and shit like that. So now that this woman's older, and I guess that she's seen like some of the old books or whatever that kind of taught this or taught parents how to do this. So she started making these TikTok videos about them. And I guess she's gotten pretty big on TikTok. She's not that big yet on Twitter, but so yeah. I thought that we would go over her tweets because they look pretty good. Thank you, GTA and Opinions. Yeah, now I got the chat back. Thank you. Now I can see everyone who's here. Yay. Thank you. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? Oh, here we go. Oh, thank you, Doobie. Love my translator. Your glasses are bigger than your entire head, Christ conflict. I know. I like them like that, though. I don't know. I feel like it makes my face look smaller. You reminded the mods this time. Yes, I did, Sue. Yay. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share screen, and then I'm going to scroll down to I'm gonna go ahead and scroll back a few days there to on her tweets because I haven't even read them all yet or anything. But okay, so but it's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do tweets and replies. How she just keeps calling her out. It's funny. Like, or you know, I'm just gonna go this way. We'll start from recent. But and her tweets, you know, obviously they're public. I mean, I signed out, so. But, all right, I'm gonna go just up to the tweets. We can do the replies after. Okay, here we go. It's apparently she watched Katie's video there about rain and everything. And I'm not coming down on rain because I am sure they get at a lot. But to think Katie Joy is callously using her platform and trying to align her toxic view with a reputable organization is making me feel ill. And it's interesting because Katie, it was last September when Katie did her videos there detailing, you know, her experience there years ago. And she mentioned rain in one of the videos, but she didn't mention rain in 2019, 2018, 2017 when she did the same thing. So I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder why she didn't feel it pertinent to mention in the past. Then another deleted comment. Without a crystal ball, cannot stand behind her own words and views. Deleting these makes it look worse. Katie Joy has no right to use these girls in her quest to shame the IBPL. And I am actually shocked she has at rain and no one is paying attention. Holy shit, that's big. I don't know how I can make it look bigger. No, it's not gonna work. I don't know. I can't really read it though, so it's small. Maybe I'll go to Instagram and see. Oh no, wait, sorry, she said that Katie deleted it. All right, let me check the chat because I can't see the chat over here. Is Tina here? Hey, yeah, Tina's the one who pointed this, or she sent me a couple screenshots, and I was like, oh, I gotta check this chick out. So yeah, this is kind of Tina's fault. So okay, yep, I got you, Sue. In fact, I'm all set up for it because I saw it coming. Okay. Yeah, wow. People are played tonight, huh? Yay! Oh, damn it. Okay. All right. So if I delete, no one will remember it, Joy. Yeah. Word. I'm sorry you missed it, Tiny. I mean, you could still watch it. It's still there, but I'm sorry. Yeah. It was a tough stream. I mean, I didn't even really know her that well, but just hearing everyone and talking with everyone myself, and it was tough. Like I felt kind of drained afterwards, and so I mean, I think everyone did. Yeah, I always forget to tell my mods when I'm going live, although I did remember tonight, but yeah. All right. Okay. Let me see here. All right, so what else do we have here? Why is the screen big now? Actually, you know what? I'm going to... Oh, okay. Some more. Here is another X. Okay. Here was another X of someone being attacked by Katie and then her followers. I went back to find it and she deleted this comment. Instead of empathizing with me as a survivor and trying to see a different point of view, you immaturely attack me. This stuff is extremely sensitive, and I was sharing how I would feel. You are very rude and take everything so personally, and she does. It's not always about you. Unfollowed and unsubscribed. And then to see a fundraiser going to support an organization I am supposed to trust if I need help. Are they okay with this? Am I wrong? I reached out to Rain weeks ago asking for help, how to discuss this on social media, and did not hear back. Maybe I am looking at this wrong. I don't think she's looking at it wrong, really. I think Rain just looks at it as it's, exposure and it's a fundraiser, I mean, those are things that kind of keep them going. So I don't think that as a nonprofit organization, I believe they're nonprofit, but as a advocacy organization that they can really pick and choose who it is that, I don't know, advertises them or whatever. That's the only thing. I mean, I understand what she's saying, and I think Rain would even agree to her, but I think Rain would be like, ultimately it comes down to exposure and donations. So. Oh, you're welcome, Renelle. I use this community to escape all the death that has surrounded me. My entire life was naive to think wonderful people like Alice would always be. Oh, I'm sorry, Christ. I'm glad that you have the community, but I hear you. I'm sorry. Hey, Claire. Oh, let me check. Okay. All right. So what else? Yeah. What does she call him? Pretty gross online behavior. Oh, okay. I can't see that. Okay. And rounding out how, without a crystal ball, it has been terrible in 24 hours. Here are some disgusting comments she leaves up. Keep in mind, she deletes anyone with a slight difference in opinion or anyone questioning her. Here's a comment regarding the newborn baby had by the Caldwells. To be clear, the only thing we should say is what a beautiful baby. Congrats. But it seems Katie is fine with this. If you would not say it to someone's face, don't say it online. Here's I'm not even repeating that. That is horrible. And she leaves that up. And she comes back with, it's hard to make that call in newborns, and even if she did, she is still cute. I'm sorry. She She would blast anyone for just like the small, like, I don't know. I can't believe she let this slide. Jennifer's right there, like 100% right. Next, let's discuss, without a crystal balls, not so subtle spec that one of the Duggars is part. Okay, yeah. I know she does this and it should be called out and everything, but I just feel like by bringing attention to and discussing her, labeling one of the Duggars like this, then I'm helping to kind of push that narrative. I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm speculating, and I don't want to help push somebody else's speculation when it comes to that, because I mean, it could be dangerous for someone if that were the case, or even if it wasn't the case. Just, I think if so many people in their community believe that to be the case, whether it was or wasn't, it could be dangerous for them. So what else? What? Oh, okay. Wow. She really is like just trying to help people. To anyone who has been victimized, if you found comfort, I am glad and I support you. I don't care how you found the strength to heal. I support you. If you decide you need more help, I support you. You'll notice she's hashtagging everyone but Rain. I don't know for sure if that organization would support her or not, but in my opinion, this type of work is counterproductive. To the people who spoke up on her post and in her vile live last night and got blocked, deleted, and yelled at, thank you. Despite Katie proclaiming, she had to use them as an example, she did not. Oh, okay. I think about the Duggars, the girls there. Okay, I want to go to the ones that Tina sent me real quick. They were like a day ago. Wait a minute. What was yesterday? Why don't? Oh, I wonder if maybe they were tweeting replies or something. Do this. No, they weren't. They were tweets. $5:21. Okay. Okay. Here it starts. Katie Joy making herself a victim of fundamentalists is ridiculous. Claiming she was gaslit and traumatized is insulting to actual victims of this type of abuse. I was so sick of her saying the word gaslighting. That's part one. Not only has she misrepresented again the entire interaction with Preacher Boy, which is actually, once again, Katie accusing people of horrible things to cover her own bad behavior, but she has once again allowed her followers to assume the worst. To see this woman on her Instagram Live playing victim once more is disgusting. I have been the victim of domestic violence. I have been gaslit for years and suffered from the effects. She is lessening the severity of what actual victims experience by claiming someone doing their own research and deciding they don't agree with her tactics and making a statement to clarify is abusive and traumatizing. If you are a Katie supporter, follow her, send her super chats, whatever. Watch her all you want, but at least at the very bare minimum, stop her from hijacking every single for a victimhood and taking away the severity. Asking a creator to be mindful is not being a troll. It is being human and showing respect for actual victims. Katie Joy has had issues with every creator or peer she has collaborated with, and we all know this is true. I mean, Unirock was the only one that she was still on good terms with, and that's not the case now. And her take on this issue is incorrect and unfair. Someone evaluating her past work, making a decision is not gaslighting. This whole situation is one of the reasons Katie Joy's commentary is a problem. This woman has escaped accountability for years with her block button, accusations, and threats. I get that one person won't make her stop. I don't care about the Duggars, but I do care and have cared for years how she disrespects and spreads misinformation. Please, if anything, just look at both sides before taking her word as gold. Wait, I thought that this was the person on TikTok. Maybe it's not. Do I have this person wrong? What's up? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm live.
TikTok.
Yeah, no, I'm not on TikTok.
I know, but
okay. I'm sorry. I might be wrong. This might not be the person on TikTok. I could be wrong about that. But whoever she is, she's awesome. I'm sorry, Jennifer Beechey. If I got you confused with someone else, I apologize. But I just can't believe I haven't found you before. Okay. See, that maybe helps a little bit too. All right, I'm gonna check the chat out. If the 90 seconds is too long, let me know. I can put it back down, but I just checked the chat and I was jumping and looked like maybe you guys might be having a hard time seeing shit. That's all. But I could be wrong. Whoa, what happened? What's going on? Oh, yeah, look with the cat trick now. Oh, I hope your puppy's okay. Oh. Yeah, they do look familiar. Yeah, I don't know. I'll look into that shortly. I want to kind of read more of the tweets. That's all, because this is entertaining. I don't care. Both sides. Please, if anything, just look at both sides before taking her word as gold. Exactly. Word, Jennifer. What else was here? I remember someone using this GIF and captioning it, "Zag enters the comments. Best description of Zag ever." That's funny. Oh, God. Okay, so this is what so many have experienced from Without a Crystal Ball and her fans. Okay, yes, the lady said she seemed bitter, but it is also her opinion. In response, Katie Joy and her thugs bash her intelligence and taunt her. Very mature. This is what happened to me. You seem so bitter. Why? We'll just so I can see it better. Why are you always harping on these people? Just leave them alone and go about your business. Oh yeah, I read these. It's what I found of these comments. So what I found interesting was okay, right here, or what? You gonna come here and make me stop? And what the frick was that? Oh my God. All right, I'm getting that to you now. Shit, I'm not signed into anything.
My stomach's gonna hate me later.
Okay, well then maybe you shouldn't eat that then.
No, that's mixed with ice cream.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I'm coming. There you go. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Lola Pepper. Always late to the party. Well, better late than never. I'm usually late too, and it's, my stream. I'm usually late. Okay, so then, but yeah, that's what I thought was interesting. What you're going to come here and make me? Like, that's where her mind went, with everything that was being said and everything. That's her mind's like, well, why don't you just come up here and, get in my face, come make me, you think you're so tough. Like, really? And then remember with the whole Amber Portwood shit, when Amber Portwood didn't even say anything about getting on a plane. She just said, and I know where you live. And she's like, not for that, for legal reasons, because you're going to be getting served, basically, is what she said. And then Katie goes on and it does this whole live stream or whatever, saying how, Amber Portwood said she's going to get on a plane. She's going to come to my house. She knows where I live. And like, literally none of that was said. And I just said, literally, I can't believe that. Oh, I didn't see these. So Katie just called me nasty, wicked, and dirty. Jill's all kinds of mad. This escalated quickly. But are these comments under that? That's what these look like. Let me check this quick. All right. You're called. I always say you can't talk shit to people when you don't know the proper use of your and your. People supporting this family. So, okay. Again, this is why people find Katie to be obnoxious, immature, and hypocritical. This last night was online bullying of someone stating their opinion. And it was. Word. Yay! Special guest.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? Yay!
What's happening?
Hey, everyone, it's Tina.
I'm kind of lucky that I have any charge on my computer. I haven't been on it since the last time I went live with you, I think.
Really? Wow, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
That's an awesome battery, though.
So what's going on? We're talking about what Jennifer put out?
Yeah, I've never seen any of her tweets. I never heard of her before. And then you sent me those screenshots. I'm like, what? So I had to go check her out. And I'm looking at her account. And I'm like, and I thought it was the same chick from TikTok that Katie wanted to collab with before. And maybe it is, I don't know. But now I'm thinking maybe it might not be. But that's what I thought at first. And so I'm like, how has she been calling Katie out all this time? And I haven't known this. But now it sounds like it's not her, but it's still someone who's been calling Katie out, but even longer than that. And I'm like, how have I not known about her?
Well, she was in the group, and she's posted some really cool stuff before. So I definitely pay attention to what she has to say. She's very good. She can articulate what she's saying very well. And, she's got some very valid points.
Yeah, I like her. I don't know. I mean, like, I know like a lot of people will tweet about Katie and everything. Like we all do. I get that. But like, I just never heard of her before. And I like how she's doing it too. Like she's doing, I don't know. I don't feel like she's personally invested. You know what I mean? It's not personal for her, but it is a little bit personal because she thinks it's, it's kind of messed up and everything, but she's not like coming for Katie for like petty reasons or whatever, or reasons that, I don't think Katie deserves to be came for. But,
aren't we tired? Aren't we tired of the petty? Like I'm tired of the petty, which is what's kept me off of YouTube for much longer than I thought I would be. I'm tired. I'm tired of people trolling Katie. Like there's so much to criticize her for, but the fact that they troll her, that's what gives her narrative to push about our community. It makes us look bad, honestly.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. Like even with Preacher Boy, like I get people reaching out to him. And I'm glad that they did. Don't get me wrong. But like, I see in some comments or whatever. And like before he came out and made a statement, some people were like saying, oh, well, if he's working with her, then I don't have any trust in him or faith there. You know what I mean? Like they were insinuating that he lost credibility. And if he had stayed like Unirocked it or something, then yeah, all right, totally. But I mean, I don't know. I felt like that's a little harsh to jump to that. Let the dude come to the right conclusion first,
Well, and that's it. I mean, he didn't know what he didn't know, right? Until he knew it.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I feel like I put out on Twitter, I forget what I said exactly, or maybe I haven't put it out yet. I talked to somebody about it, but I feel like I wish everybody would stand down for at least a week. Don't comment on Katie's, any of her social medias. Don't, like, I have her blocked. So if I say something about her, I'm not necessarily going to cause harm. Unless she's stalking me, she won't know what I said. Right. So
Right.
I don't say stuff to cause her harm, but I will point out her problematic behavior.
Right. And
But
not for nothing. Go on. I'm sorry.
If everybody stopped, I wonder what it would look like. Like, I wonder if she would have any engagement left, because really she doesn't have much.
I mean, I didn't. I mean, like I myself, I don't normally comment on the shit. Sometimes I'll do like the whole like tweeting from behind the block thing or whatever once in a while. Like literally once in a while. If it's once a month, that's a lot. I mean, I thought that there was kind of like the I don't know, I like one of the things that most of the community did. I mean, like we would do like the behind the block thing or whatever, but other than that, like no one really harassed her, no one really came for her, no one. I mean, isn't that even one of the rules in the subreddit? Like just no interaction, no engagement.
Well, but people, I don't know what their rules are. The thing is that here's how I see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in commenting behind the block, because if you think about it, that kind of is a form of harassment. And I mean, she blocked you. So if you're going behind the block to tell her whatever you're going to tell her, and it's usually pretty nasty, you are harassing her. Are you not?
No, when I mean by commenting, I'm not talking to her. Like I'm tweeting like to the readers, to the viewers, or the people reading the comments or shit in the tweets and stuff. Like I'll comment about her tweet, but it's not like to her. It's not directed to her or anything. Which I mean, still, it could be plain semantics there. I hear you.
Right. I mean, if we just all stopped, right, and just focused on her bad behavior, and we stopped going after her. I've never been okay with people going after her looks, her child, any of that stuff, because there's so much other stuff that is real to go after. You know?
Right. But yeah.
It just gives her narrative.
It does. You know, it absolutely does. I mean, and I think, I mean, it'll give anyone narrative really in that situation, but I think it gives her more narrative than most people because of how much she enjoys being the victim. I mean, she loves being the victim. She goes out of her way to frame a situation to make herself the victim or even more of the victim or whatever. You know, I mean, it's a skill, I would even say. So yeah, when people are kind of coming at her or whatever, then she's, look, see, I'm not lying. This is what they've been doing to me. They're all harassing me. You know, they won't leave me alone. You're right. That's what happens. And she loves it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but it makes us look like assholes, right?
It does,
because
yeah. No,
we're doing exactly what she's saying we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said this. I think this is funny. Kimberly said, like her hairline, it's a reach. You know, and people have talked about her hairline. I've been a stylist for over 25 years. The only time I've addressed anything about her hair is when she claimed that it broke off because of stress from Steve and us. And, you know, it broke off because they overlapped the bleach. You could tell if you're a stylist, you would know that. She admitted that. I have video of her admitting that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have a video of her contradicting herself 3 different times about why her hair broke off, then I'm going to address it because I'm a professional. I'm in that, you know, that's been my expertise. But if I wasn't, then I probably wouldn't even, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like some things go, I mean, like things that she can help, you know, like if you make fun of her clothes, I mean, come on. So, some of the shit she wears, you know, they almost make fun of themselves. But you know, but I mean, that's something she can help. That's something that she chooses or whatever. But
Yeah,
And
but
I've
why
been
is that
guilty
necessary? Why is that necessary to go to those depths?
about her clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not
Because,
necessary. They're just fucking clothes. You know what I mean?
right.
I just, there's so much more substance that we can criticize. Clothes is like, I don't know.
Right. But when she's wearing something and then trying to promote the brand or the store or whatever that she bought it from, and then, I feel like then she's almost not asking for it, but opening the door and inviting comments, like, let's talk about this because I want to highlight this here for the moment. I got this from this shop over here. This person owns, you know what I mean? And she does that. And that's
Right.
usually when people start making comments about her shit. And I don't know. I mean, okay.
Well,
I
if you
just,
look
I
at
don't
it, if
think,
you look at it in a different sense, obviously that store's selling those clothes for whatever reason or for a reason. So people are buying them, even if they're not your taste. People are still buying them, right?
right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I would. There's just so many other things. Now, when she wears her, what is the shirt that she fucking wears with that saying? You know
Um,
that. Oh, I can't even think of the damn
her
name.
shirt, her merch or whatever,
Yeah, her merch with the
the
one saying. Yes,
joyfully
joyfully.
unavailable.
Yeah. When she wears that and she purposely, like it's a t-shirt and she rips it over to show her shoulder, like
Mm-hmm.
that could be made fun of because she's doing something to something that isn't supposed to be done to it, right? So she looks ridiculous. Do you get what I'm saying?
I know. I totally get what you're saying. I do. Um, I'm still gonna say though, some of the clothes she wears, I think I don't know.
Well, I mean,
And it's just clothes. It's it like whatever. It's just clothes. I mean, I have no doubt that I leave the house. I know I leave the house sometimes, and people are just like, I don't want to be known as being with you right now. But
right. I guess we just all walk to the beat of our own drum. I just have never found that. I don't know.
See, that's the thing. I never really cared to comment on clothes or anything either. But some of the shit, it's like people compare it to like their grandmother's drapes, and it's a really good comparison. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, here's how I look at clothes. Okay, I'll just share my experience if that's cool.
Sure.
So doing hair, like, I've seen a lot of people, I've done a lot of people's hair. I've never, because I'm more of a casual person. I'll wear Adidas or shorts or like I'm casual. At work, I wasn't, but I'm just a casual person.
Mm-hmm.
One of my old owners of one of my salons, he had somebody come in, right? And this dude was wearing like a tie-dye t-shirt and cut off jean shorts and Birkenstocks. He was like casual, right? And somebody had said, oh, you should worry about him giving you a check or something. Well, it turns out like they judged this dude on his clothes.
Right.
And
Yeah. I hear it. Yeah.
he owns like one of the biggest insurance companies like in the state. You know what I mean? He's very, very rich. So you can't really judge somebody by their taste. That's how I look at it. Like, who cares? I wouldn't wear whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I
Right. No, I hear you.
sure is so much
But
more important than clothes.
the point though I was getting at though, like, I mean, clothes. I mean, it's something she chooses or whatever.
Right.
But and again, I've been guilty of this. I think there was one time maybe this year or whatever I made a comment and I couldn't help myself. But I was an asshole. I take full responsibility. But like something like like her chin or whatever. It just I don't agree with going. I didn't make a comment about her chin. That's not what I did. But shit like that. She can't help. I mean, and I don't even, to be honest with you, I never even saw anything with her chin until people started talking about it. I didn't even see what the big deal was. But yeah, just there's, like you said, there's so many other things. So
Well, and here's the thing with the chin. Katie lied. right? Like, it's so much more than her chin is crooked. Katie lied and acted like there was nothing wrong with her chin until she had to come out and like fess up that she got a chin implant. Let's talk about the fact that she lied, not about her
I didn't
chin
even know
being
she lied about
crooked.
it. Oh,
She
okay.
did. She denied it for over a year. And then finally she came out and it was such a big thing. Like, the plastic surgeon said she should sit this way and turn her camera this way. And like, it was a thing, right? But yet for a whole year, she lied about it.
Huh, I didn't even know that. I think when I started really following her, either she didn't talk about it or like the first thing I heard her say about it was the whole implant thing. And then she mentioned her father or whatever. But, and again, I mean, that's gotta suck. I mean, whatever. I mean, anything about yourself that you feel is like less than or more than, the norm or whatever, it's gonna bother you. So, I mean, usually I don't feel right going after someone for shit like that. I mean, I know I'll lose my cool or something every now and then, but, not usually that bad, but I mean, I get it, but still stick to things that are warranted. I agree. Completely agree.
Well, right now you guys got to think. So what, Josh got arrested like what, 2 weeks ago?
2-3 weeks ago, yeah.
She is victimizing the Duggar girls over and over and over again. Can you imagine talking about something like that has happened over and over again? Like, why is that her business?
Yeah.
She would freak the fuck out if we talked about that about her, like as she did.
Yeah, I know. I'm still freaking. She's still making comments about this shit and whatever. Okay, fine. But here, since just alone from Josh getting arrested, you're right. She oh no, wait. She read the In Touch report. I think before Josh got arrested, like a week or so before maybe he got arrested. But since then, though, she's still gone over everything. She still talked about everything. She put just the other night. She put a picture of the 4 girls up there saying how they could have benefited from rain or something like that.
Right.
And all this shit. And yeah, it's like, even if these girls wanted to just put it behind them, it's their choice. If they want to do that, freaking support them and let them and help them. But Katie's not going to let that happen. So
she's relentless. She's fucking relentless. Like, she would lose her fucking mind if it was flipped around and if we did that about her and talked about her every single day the way she does about these girls, she would lose her fucking mind. She would file a restraining order against us and say we were stalking and harassing her. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, as much as I hate to say it, but I watched a video by someone earlier tonight, but he had a good point when he was going over the whole how Katie okay, no one else did this. Katie went through like someone's social media history, found this video from like years ago. Then she took the video in the post and she reposted it like today or whatever, it was last week or whatever, of this little girl eating a banana like crazy quick or whatever. And then she put this whole narrative to it because it was Josh's like joint social media account that had shared this video. So, and then she adds this whole narrative or the connotation to it where this was done to like appease like, I don't know, the child SA people, and it's a girl eating a banana. It's like 5 seconds long or something. It's wicked quick. That's all it is. And I might as well just say it was Uni's video. I feel dirty saying that, but anyways, but yeah. So
he pointed that out about her.
Yeah, he pointed this out.
Well, and there you go. I know. He's not a total 100% piece of shit.
Right. So, and then, and he said about the video, he's like, no one was looking at this video. No one was coming to this conclusion. Why did why did her brain automatically jump to something perverse? I mean, just because it was Josh's like social media account, like it was only part hit. It was him and his wife's, I guess, Anna's or whatever.
How long ago was it?
I can't believe I know their names. Oh, it was posted like a couple years ago, like 2-3 years ago, I
Okay,
think
so
it said.
she's stalking their accounts, right? She's insinuating stuff about a child, or
Yes.
she's posting stuff about a child.
Yep.
What would she do if we did that to her and her child?
Oh my God. She would have like tons of like fake cease and desist letters in our emails and DMs and shit.
Right. Well,
She'd be
she's tried
flipping.
that with me. That's not going to happen. I'm not worried. I haven't done anything that she's claimed I've done.
Well,
So
yeah, Faith
she can
Adam
fuck
brings up a good
off.
point. Yeah, Faith Adam just reminded me, brought up a good point. She identified the little girl too. I mean, the little girl was like under 10, maybe I'd say right around 10 or so. And yeah, she named her and everything.
I would love like if everybody in your stream right now, everybody listening, if everybody could get one piece of evidence and send it to us so we could do a video and show the contradictions. And I mean, we would have hours and hours of a stream to do. You know what I mean? Like if we did the stuff that she's doing to this family and she justifies it because they have religious beliefs that are different than the society's norms, it's insane.
Diana Harlow says, KJ said that everyone has dirty thoughts with bananas. I think the video was 2015.
Okay, well, maybe Katie has dirty thoughts. I think about a banana as substance. Like a banana will cure, like what is the thing that you get when you're pregnant in your legs? A Charlie horse. Bananas will cure a Charlie horse. That's all I think about. Like,
I did not know that.
Who thinks about? Well, it's usually potassium is what you're lacking, but who thinks about that? And then, did you finally watch the video that I posted? It was 8 seconds, and Katie was talking about how most rapists don't get charged, and she made that funky who smiles talking about that.
Yeah. She does that a lot. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things that you'll see. The one you showed me there, there was a big noticeable smile. Normally, it's not quite as noticeable, it's subtle, but she does it a lot. Oh my God.
Yeah. And what does that say? I wish that I was like, licensed in reading people's body language, but that's creepy. It's a creepy smile. It is very uneasy feeling.
Shoot. Oh no, wait, what am I doing? I think she shared it on Instagram. I don't even know if it's still up, but I'm curious. I want to see if it's still up.
The little girl?
Well, actually, yeah, no, I don't think it is still up. And I think she ended up taking it down because someone did I think it finally sunk into her that she did out this girl and she did associate this little girl to now this, disgusting actor. And it's not, you know what I mean? It's disgusting though for what she was insinuating. And I think it kind of sunk in there, what she was doing. Oh. So I think
she's talking about, she just posted about the Stand with Sophie GoFundMe.
Where?
On Instagram. Where? She says, remember the Stand with Sophie GoFundMe? She tweeted these and then posted them on her Instagram. She said from a year ago, her ex-stepmother testified in court that the father coached the girl to say she was sexually abused, even though she wasn't. Stepmom found text messages between dad and girl allegedly proving the coaching. And amicus attorney found this to be the case in Parental Alienation. An emergency hearing was on Thursday, with multiple experts requesting the removal of the girl from the dad's care due to fears for her safety. Dad responded by filing a bogus federal lawsuit, pro se, suing the judge, police, Nancy Grace, Yahoo, the mom, and her boyfriend in multiple counties in Texas, claiming violations of rights with no claim stated. Okay.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, the father is kind of a scumbag.
I don't know. I've talked to him. I don't know. him to be a scumbag, but I don't know. You know what I mean? In a case like, here's the thing. In a case like that, no matter what, I would believe the child until
Right.
proven different.
Exactly. Yes.
Period.
Exactly.
I would not call the
Exactly.
child a liar.
Exactly. And I'm still saying the same thing. It wasn't the father. I didn't pay attention to any shit that the father said, because I just, right off the bat, I got the feeling about him. It's just, he was kind of shifty or whatever. But it's the little girl that it was her claims, it was her words that I believed, and I do believe, and I'm going to believe them until she says otherwise.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I get everyone not trusting the father, though. I agree with that. Yeah.
Right. I don't trust anybody until, but I will always believe a child. Faith says Katie is talking to the mom. Let me see. I just want to, in that case, she gives out extremely biased info. So I want to say that Katie has said recently, I've heard her somewhere, I haven't listened to much of her stuff, but she talked how she's is it unbiased? Like, she's not biased about the Duggars. She's got huge bias, does she not?
No, yeah, she does. Absolutely. She says that she doesn't have a dog in this fight or whatever,
Yes,
because
she
she's
does.
not. Exactly. She totally does.
She's she's the one making the most money off this family and off their trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That reminds me. Yeah, that reminds me. There's something I grabbed. I wanted to share. But yeah, no, absolutely. And it's not even just, I mean, yeah, she's making money off of it. So there's, there's incentive and everything. But I think that there's even a personal, like, vested interest, because, like, I don't know if it's just something maybe she was legitimately wronged or something by Faith or by people in authority or some shit like that. Or maybe she just perceives herself to have been. I don't know, because it's Katie. But I feel like this is her vested interest, that she's, whatever it was that's pissed her off her entire life, or it pissed her off years ago, or whatever, and has just kind of made her this person. She's now taking it all out on this organization. And don't get me wrong, I think the organization deserves to have shit taken out on them. So I'm not faulting her there.
They're definitely not legit, right? We
Right,
all know
exactly.
that. We can all
Exactly.
agree. But
Yeah.
my whole point is, if you have behavior that is unacceptable for others to have towards you, you should not have it towards others, right? So Deaf Noodles, she wrote this thing about Deaf Noodles. He posted a picture of a 15-year-old. It was all this stuff. And Katie was so offended by it. And she made a huge to-do, like she does, about it, right? And called him out, and he's a piece of shit. But yet you're saying that she just showed a little child. Like, it's okay for Katie to do it, but it's not okay for anybody else. I'm so tired of that.
Yeah, and the thing is, this is what's going to kill me, though, about the whole Sophie case and everything. Someone did mention in the comments, though, that the case is supposed to be sealed. So how is it that she knows about this? I question that too. But she is now going to take this as she was right. And the thing is, no one said that she was wrong for thinking that the father was an asshole or a piece of shit or whatever. No one thinks that she was wrong for that. At least I don't think that they do. What people are adamant about, what she was wrong about, was calling Sophie a brat and a liar. Right. And not just saying that in the sense that, hey, all kids are bad or all kids lie or whatever. No, she said this in response to the girl's abuse allegations. That just is really shitty. That's what people are upset about. So, but she's going to now take this as she was justified because, hey, the girl was lying. I don't care if the girl's lying, personally. And this is, if you sit there, and especially off of no information at all, because she had no information when she just learned of the story, and she came right out and said that the girl was lying. I don't care. No, you can't. There is no making that right.
I would rather believe a child and be wrong than to not believe a child.
Exactly. Yep.
You know what I mean? Period.
And I get that for the person accused or whatever, or for, in this case, for the mother's sake or whatever, if this is what actually transpired, I get how it's not right and it's not fair to them. I get that. But they're not 9. They are adults, okay? They're not a 9-year-old girl scared or whatever in this not knowing what to do, okay?
Right.
And her whole life's just flipped upside down. So I don't know. I'm sorry. You can't convince me otherwise. So
Well, and no matter what, even if she wasn't sexually abused, she was being abused, right? No matter
Yeah.
what, she was a victim, or she is a victim. Either way, no matter what, she's a victim. She will have probably lifelong issues because of this.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
So we all know that I gotta switch the thing really quick because I'm looking at her Instagram. We all know that Ethan, went raved about Emily Baker, right? Now all of a sudden Katie is going against Ethan, and he's problematic, and him and Trisha, and she says, I was a huge fan of frenemies in the beginning, but it's now become, in my opinion, a place for Trisha and Ethan to cancel everyone they don't like, with Deaf Noodles being their wingman. The thing is that she doesn't like Trisha and Ethan now, in my opinion, because they love Emily. And she fucking cannot stand her.
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, let's face it. The only reason why she did like them to begin with is because, well, their subscriber count.
Exactly.
Much. So, I mean, it's funny. I pulled up I'm over here. Let me share this. I'm on her Twitter here. Whose Twitter am I getting? Here we go. So yeah, you mentioned how she was talking about Deaf Noodles there and everything. I want to read that one too in a second. I used to be a fan of Deaf Noodles, and I was happy to see him grow and get attention he deserved, but somewhere along the lines he lost me. Today was the end. While trying to cancel Keemstar, he shared a video of an image of a 15. I don't know what this is about the 15-year-old girl or whatever. I'm not familiar with it, whatever. And all right, here we go. This action by Keem has been known for years and hasn't mattered to anyone enough to cancel him. What Keem engaged in is wrong, but what really, you're going to add a but there? Why are you adding this but? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that whatever, you go hard for Keemster. I don't even know what the hell transpired here, but Katie has been coming hard for Keem for like a while now, and now she's talking about a minor or in some situation or whatever, and some provocative shit or whatever, and then she of all people, Miss Victim herself, puts the word but in there. Yeah, it just, okay, anyways. But showing the video and image of the child to prove a point and try to cancel your direct competitor crosses a huge line. That's what crosses a huge line for. It's coming at a direct competitor, right?
Right.
I can't support him anymore. Keem won't be removed from the internet just because you don't like him. Sadly, his fans don't care about his atrocious behavior because many are just like him. Wow, that's just alienating like a ton of people on social media right there. I am not a fan of Keem. Do not support what he does, but I also don't support the re-victimization of it. Okay. Was that it? Yeah. Again, it's just whatever fits her narrative at the time. You know, if she can go hard at someone and make them like the worst person in the world, great. But if for some reason it doesn't fit her narrative like the next day, well, then, they're forgivable now.
It's very frustrating.
What is this one, though? If you're a victim of SA, it's okay to be a victim. Don't let anyone shame you into believing it was your fault or that you have to forgive and get over it. Stop toxic victim blaming and shaming. Stop forcing people to be survivors when it's... What's wrong with being a survivor? Why can't you be both?
Right.
I mean, I don't... Why is she so hung up on not being known as a survivor?
Because she wants to be the victim. If you survived it, you're not necessarily a victim anymore, right?
Well, I mean, I think yes and no. I mean, I think you'd still be a victim, but I guess you wouldn't be stuck in that whole like the immediate, like after, if mindset of being a victim, you know, I guess, I don't know. You could be maybe in a place where you're moving on, you're dealing with it.
You've come to some acceptance of it, and
Yeah,
it doesn't define everything about your life.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, I've worked really hard to get to that point. You know what I mean? Like, it's exhausting being the fucking victim all the time.
Yeah.
I would much rather do some work and figure out, like, how I blame myself for what happened, right? What my part was in it. Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of people can't even grasp that, but...
Well, no, I mean, maybe there is some blame, not blame, but maybe there's some responsibility or whatever you want to put it as. But I mean, it doesn't change the fact that what happened was wrong and wasn't your fault. But yeah, absolutely. We can always look at our own behavior and think, did I do something to maybe make this easier to happen to me? You know what I mean? It's not even to bring it on or anything.
Even this, though, if you think about it this way, I hung on to it for all those years and I let it consume me to where I was an alcoholic addict who couldn't go through life sober or clean. Right? So I let it consume me that long and I destroyed my life.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's much easier to be not a victim and to be free of it, right? You got to deal with your demons.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. She just, it like you said, it's exhausting. And it's like, I would think I would feel like almost like I was re-traumatizing myself almost, if that makes sense. Like she likes to make herself everyone's victim, like not just, of people in her past or whatever, but she likes to make herself like your victim, my victim, whoever's victim, Steve's victim,
Right.
And here's what I don't get. If the roles were changed, okay, and I was Katie, or in Katie's shoes, and I would be looking at me basically and think, at no point in time would I ever want to sit there and ever have to act or pretend or whatever, admit that this person victimized me. Like, how? Wow, I don't get that. I feel like that would go against everything in my being. I don't know. I mean, unless the person really did or something, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't go out of my way to say that.
Well, I mean, Katie seems to do it a lot to justify her bad behavior.
Yeah.
It's easier for her to make herself look like a victim and make us look bad than it is for her to admit she's done wrong and she fucked up or she's a liar or whatever, right? Whatever the circumstances are. I don't know. I know that she's probably done, I mean, I did a count a couple days ago. She had done 20 out of 25 videos. Like 23 of them were about Josh Duggar, and it was in 2 weeks, right? So not even including the hundreds of tweets and posts on Instagram that she's done. Can you imagine if we did that much about her, what she would do? We would have to go to court and fucking fight a restraining order.
Yeah, it's, I mean, a lot of videos are made about her. And like, I mean, if I did a stream a day or whatever, it could be about her,
But she freaks out about it.
Right, she does. But it for us, so, I mean, I think it's more than just the number though here. Look at what she's saying. I mean, and I'm not saying it's wrong. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Josh, I won't even go there. I don't even want to talk about him. But it's not just Josh, it's the whole family and everything. She's trying to drag into this. She's trying to like bring out everyone's like trauma in this family and just point the finger at everyone else for that person being traumatized. And, and then the one who's traumatized, look at they're traumatized. And like, she just wants to bring all that she's obsessed with the trauma in this family. I mean, we talk about her, and even if we talk about it daily, okay, fine, we talk about it daily, but we don't go that deep into her shit, I mean,
well, and here's the thing. We talk about her behavior, right?
Yes, exactly.
So she posted, we all know she posted the picture of the 4 girls, okay?
Right, yeah.
I want you all to imagine, take out them and just act like this is about her. So Katie Joy could have greatly benefited from the resources and services offered to victims and parents of children who have been sexually assaulted. So she goes on and on about this. I often think about how Katie's life could have been different if her parents would have invested in her healing, proper education, and teaching her to be an independent woman rather than indoctrinating her to be a submissive, obedient woman whose only purpose is to have children. Like, if you think of it that way, she would flip the fuck out if we ever said anything like that about her. She's going to such an extreme level, and it's like she's inserting herself in these women's lives, and she's making them seem completely fucking stupid.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
They're not stupid.
And they were, for granted, they were raised in a very sheltered life, okay? But they've been on TV for years. They're known to a lot of people now. So they have to have had a lot of life lessons or whatever along the way by now, especially the older ones, as they've, gone out on their own, or at least, lived on their own for now. So they're not idiots. They do have some experience by now. So they can, I don't know. I feel like a lot of them can think for themselves, and maybe some of them, this is what they're thinking for themselves. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I mean,
but that's their choice.
Exactly. Like that argument I remember in the 80s that a lot of people had about women staying home to raise the kids in the 80s because of the whole women's lib thing and everything. But that's the whole point of women's lib, though, is so that women can choose. They can choose to work, or they can choose to stay home. Same thing with this. Yes, fight for these women's rights to choose, but then don't give them shit or abuse them for choosing what you wouldn't choose for yourself.
Well, and here's the thing. If we want to fight for women's rights, right? We're not like singling out one certain woman. Like, she really is. It's almost like an obsession. She is going after them and about this in a very obsessive way.
Oh yeah.
She's not being an advocate here. She's really, God, I can't even think of the word. It's degrading how she speaks about them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, she acts like they're stupid. Like, and they're not. Like, they're I've watched every show. I've done my research because
God bless you.
I know. And I did my research to really see, like, I get that they're on reality TV, and I see how Katie spins narrative because I know how she really is because I've documented it. And I know she's selling something else to, the community, the new subs, whatever. It's all fucking smoke and mirrors. I get it. But these women are smart, beautiful, intelligent. Yeah, they might not have like had the same type of education, but they have unique gifts. Like, they're not just stupid. I mean, Jana's like into growing food and plants, and like, she's got her huge garden. Like, that's something really cool. She's into decorating, I mean, they have good characteristics. They're just not the people that she's made them out to be.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, shoot, that reminds me. I want to share something too. But wait a minute. Kimberly Roddy Mom says, when she talked about how Josh can go home and R his wife whenever he wants and she won't stop him, what the hell is wrong with her? That's her first thought. And don't get me wrong, like, I get that this is like the whole joyfully available thing is a teaching or whatever in the church. But I mean, I look back to my own upbringing with religion and all the shit we were taught in Catholic schools and every, and like it very rarely was like, we didn't sure as hell didn't follow everything, and I just can't imagine that everyone in this faith or whatever, this organization is following these rules like to the letter. I mean, in what world does that happen? Do humans follow every rule? That just doesn't freaking happen. And then these rules on top of it, sure, I'm sure that there's some, and that one is one too many. But for her to just sit there and say like everyone is going, or like Josh is going to go home and R his wife, or all these women are just being R'd all the time and everything. Just I don't know, man. Just imagine being a part of this faith or whatever, or part of this community, and that's not you. That's not your life. And this person's saying that. So now you're going to think that anyone who's heard this person say these things about your life is going to think that about your life, and it's not true. It just, I don't know. This seems like that's victimizing people.
It absolutely is. She seems to be very obsessed with many other people's sex lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like fucking obsessed. She goes so far. Is she? God, I just, I wish they would fucking give her a cease and desist or something.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to, only because they kind of got their hands full right now with shit. And I think maybe they might even feel like a cease and desist or whatever might damn it, shit, what are we doing? Might bring more attention to them.
Well, here's the thing. I talked to some fundies that she used to cover, not the Duggars. And she would go after them hard, right? And they said, we deal with this stuff all the time and we just don't pay it any attention. Why give her what she wants? And that makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And really, you think about it, I mean, it is kind of a cult. So either people are going to listen to her or they're not. And if you're kind of, in the business of mind control, then you want to know like which minds you can't really control that well as early as possible. I that's how I look at it. Kind of like the how someone explained how those like Nigerian princes or whatever, they will leave like these typos and shit in the letters on purpose because they want to weed out the smart ones who are going to question the skeptical ones early on, so that they don't invest all this time and energy in them and then for nothing. Why can't I get this? I hate my computer. It is so slow. And did I lose Tina?
No, I'm here. I'm typing.
Oh, okay.
I'm typing you a
okay.
message. I'm smoking, so I'm outside. I muted myself.
Let me close these out. I'm trying to get this to load in a freaking tab. Come on. I don't know why it's not going.
Well,
why isn't this?
I
think I know.
I think I'm to a point where I'm truly just over it. You know what's coming up soon is whatever the deal was with her and Steve, it's almost over. So the truth will be coming out soon. It will be coming out soon. Cannot wait.
That is awesome.
Cannot wait.
God damn it. And there it is. Okay. So, I don't know.
Opinions and
Okay. I don't know if anyone caught her. It was an interview she did on her YouTube channel, Without a Crystal Ball. She interviewed this woman from, I don't even know, to be honest with you. I caught like the tail end of it. But I thought
she said she used to be in the church. I saw it in my, I went and looked at her channel and saw that she was premiering it or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't see the beginning. Like I said, I just caught like the tail end of it, but I caught part of what she said here at the end, so I grabbed it real quick. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play it.
You want to have repeats? I'll come again. So
yeah, I would love to do a stream with you where we just go over some of the videos that I uncovered of.
That would be great. Because I haven't actually seen most of them since I was like sitting in an auditorium watching the seminar. So,
I mean, I really want people to see what you guys are learning, because I feel like once people actually see it, they will see how horrific it is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, flat out telling people that if you have a child that has a disability, it's because you sinned, or your mom sinned, or your husband sinned, and it creates this dynamic where nobody wants.
And always but this isn't what I said. God said. So
I just hope that this community gives you guys a sense of healing to know that you guys have been finally heard. And, if I can, in a small way, be like the Leah remini of the IBLP, I'll do that. And I don't care about the abuse. I honestly.
That, yet again, she's calling herself Leah remini. And the thing is she's not even using it properly. Leah remini was a member of Scientology. She was totally enthralled with it for years. Like it consumed her family's life, even her mother's and everything, and her husband's, and just everything about her career. Everything was run by Scientology. She was in the freaking cult. So that's why Leah remini is the Leah remini of Scientology. It's not just because she's calling out the whatever you want to call it. It's because she's an ex-member. She's a suppressive person, whatever you want to call it. That's why. Katie will never be the Leah remini of whatever it is she's trying to be the Leah remini of, because she was never in the organization. I mean, she says the other night how she's unique or whatever because she doesn't have it. She's not tied to this or whatever. She doesn't have a past, so people can trust her. People can come to her because there is no association there. So you can't say that one day and then the next day be like, oh, I could be the Leah remini here. I mean,
she's only been talking about the Duggars for 3 years. Yeah. I just found some of the first videos where she didn't even know how to pronounce their name. So
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I found it in my timeline. So yeah, she's not a fucking expert as she claims. She's a stalker, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. She stalks their social media. She obviously goes back forever. She complains when people do that to her, right? She's such a victim if somebody finds old pictures of her and her friends and says shit. Now, I don't agree with all that, but the thing is she's doing the same thing to the Duggars. But yet they have a lot more social medias for her to stalk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot more of them too.
She just thinks she's something. Like she thinks she's the Duggar channel, period. That's all she's really been reporting on. She's done a couple different streams for this and that, but what is she going to do when they're canceled? She's trying to cancel them. So what is she going to do then? She's not going to have nothing to report on. Her channel will die.
Somebody asked her that, and she's like, "Oh, there'll always be more shit to cover." And I don't think she's wrong there. I think there will always be more shit to cover. But the thing is are people going to be as interested?
No, they won't.
Yeah,
they won't. She's tried it with other cults. She's tried it with other, she doesn't get any views for anything but the Duggars, really.
And I almost wonder what kind of views she's going to, and I hate to say this, and it's bullshit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like that this might be the case, but by her talking to other members of this organization or whatever, I mean, like other members who are unknown or who aren't associated with the Duggars or any of these other families that she talks about, mentions or whatever, are people going to have an interest? It sucks because people should have an interest. Don't get me wrong. They should freaking care. They should absolutely care. But that doesn't, just because people should doesn't mean that they will. I don't I don't know. I think she's got her hopes up a little high on this shit. I don't know.
Well, she's tried this before and it never works out. I mean, how can she bet that they're really who they are saying they are? You know what I mean? I wouldn't fucking trust that these people are who they say that they are.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more than likely, they're people that want to get whatever clout or whatever out of it, you know?
Just Me says, didn't she have Steve put in jail? No, she didn't.
No.
She filed for a temporary restraining order, TRO, and like any TRO, it gets granted. And then they had 2 weeks later, they had a court date, I think?
Yeah,
or
and the
3
day
weeks
of the court,
yeah.
the day of the court date, they both came out with the same thing. So they came to some kind of deal behind the scenes. And I've done some research into the things Katie's claimed, because Steve's been very quiet about it. I've done some research into some of the things that she claimed, and I believe she lied. So hopefully we will find out the truth. She said it was, the judge brought up it was something Women's Act or some kind of shit.
Yeah, I don't think that's what happened.
I don't think that was the case, because they never lived in the same state. They never even saw each other in person. And the thing is if they wouldn't have come to whatever agreement they came to, I had all the evidence to show that a lot of her claims were lies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have her on video. Y'all can go look at the Instagram for Without a Freaking Clue, and you can see the video where Katie says she never said he directly sexually harassed her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she will say anything, though. We know that. She said stuff about us. Like, I've never stalked, bullied, or harassed her in any way.
See, what I'm dying to, and I think that this is going to show this to some degree. I don't know. I don't think it's going to show this to the degree I would like it to show, but I think to some degree it still will. Like, I want to see exactly what her claims were, her evidence or whatever have you, what she presented the court that first time to gain the TRO, because there's no way that if she was being honest about shit, there's no way that she would have, I don't think she would have, well, maybe she would have gotten it. I don't know, but
I don't think
she
so.
would have.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because Steve never went to her state.
Right.
He never did the stuff that she fucking claimed that he did.
Exactly.
He didn't do it.
Yeah. So I want to see, I'm curious, just because that she probably laid it on thick, I want to see just how much of the truth or bullshit how far did she stretch things?
As far as she possibly could.
How far did she exploit maybe her child, her gender, whatever? How far did she exploit shit to get just what she wanted? And the thing is, she didn't want it because she felt like she needed it. She wanted it because she was in a back and forth battle with this man, and she was just as guilty of shit as he was, and she wanted to get that last one up. So I want to know how far she exploited shit to do that, to win that battle. I don't know. I think that could be damning. My opinion. I don't know.
We know the lies that her and Uni have claimed, right? I mean, I have video. I have proof of all these things. That was another thing that I was thinking about doing. Maybe doing a video showing all the things that Uni lied about. But, I mean, we have proof that, none of us contacted her employer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
She doxed her own employer, or his old employer.
Yeah. Like,
all this shit that she's,
And I even argue, I still argue, I don't care, that I have no doubt that maybe that they could have been, they were contacted, whatever, but I argue that it was just as likely, maybe even more likely, that they were contacted by her stans rather than her detractors or whatever, because of those tweets she put up blaming this company for laying or getting rid of her husband there as an employee just to not have to pay for their kids, medical bills.
Right.
She outed, she outed the CEO and everything, being like a greedy fuck or whatever. She went out of her way to just like defame this company and this man. So I really truly believe that some of the people, someone, at least one who follows her and supports her, contacted this company in an email or a tweet or a Facebook post saying, you people suck and you're a piece of shit or whatever because of what you did. So.
See, that's that type of stuff right there. That's why I wish people would stand down on even commenting behind the block and all that, because if people didn't do any of that, she wouldn't even be able to make claims like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. They wouldn't be believable. Like, there are a lot of claims she makes where my immediate assumption is, okay, sure, but anyone who's actually done the things that she's claiming, those are outliers. Those aren't the norm. They're definitely not the majority. But it would be nice though to come from a place where, yeah, I'm not sure I see anyone really doing that.
Well,
So.
yeah, that would be really nice. Somebody said she needs Jesus. Yeah, she needs something.
Well, in that one video there, the translator, she knows like 10,000 Jesuses.
Llama Girl says she's the epitome of a narcissist. She will try to destroy anyone who goes against her. She's a very dangerous woman, in my opinion. Absolutely. And you know what's funny is she will say, I have video of her saying it is really hard. The percentage of people that get diagnosed with narcissism is so small. She'll say that when other people call her a narcissist, but yet she just said Josh Duggar was a narcissist. Mm-hmm. So she uses it when it serves her. But if people talk about her with that, she freaks the fuck out. And it's so rare.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's not a narc though. She knows because she's done a lot of reading about narcissism, and she's not a narc. Really, she's not.
I'm pretty sure most narcissists won't be able to admit that they're narcissist.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Not unless they're completely aware of everything. You know what I mean? Right.
And even if they believe that they were narcissists, they would never admit it to anyone else. So there's something I saw. I wanted to go over.
Okay, my computer's gonna die.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I saw some people wanted to come on, so
I got like 17%. So,
all right.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks
we will figure out a stream to do. I really would like to. Yeah. I'd really like to go after or to go over all these claims she's making about these girls.
Mm-hmm.
And how she's totally victimizing them. But then I don't really want to say their names because I don't want to do the same thing. You know what I mean? I just want it to be about her behavior, period.
But there's 19 Duggar kids. So we could always just label them as Duggar 1, Duggar 2. You know what I mean? The ones that we're talking about. And who knows? But no, I hear you though. I do. So, all right. I'm going to let you go.
Okay. Thanks, y'all.
And to the rest of the chat, give me 1 minute, please. Just 1 second. I have to go do something quick, and then I'll be right back. And I saw a couple people want to come on, so I will drop the link. Just give me 1 second, though. But actually more like 30 to 45 seconds, whatever. Okay, I am getting back now. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna take the lipstick off. I don't care. It's not working. Whatever. Okay, so what am I doing? Get rid of that for now. Okay, I did see earlier in the chat a few people asked about coming on, so I'm dropping the link. So if you still wanted to come on. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here and remove my lipstick. It only comes off with chapstick, though. Okay, cool. Check DMs. Oh, wait. I have to check on a different device. Why, I'm not muted, so am I? No, I'm not. Okay. Never know. Never know. I don't know who this is. And I learned from last night, don't always want to accept from people I don't know. Wait a minute, let me check my DMs. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Hey, Daddy, real quick. Who sound the alarm? Does anyone know? I'm afraid I'm going to accept it and then a penis is going to come on the screen again or something.
I honestly don't know who that is.
So, yeah, sound the alarm. Do I know you? I'm sorry. I learned my lesson like last night that we don't want to do that.
I heard. I fell asleep before that happened, so I missed out. Missed out on all the fun.
No, believe me, it wasn't that much there to be fun. So,
do I sound okay? I popped out a new mic, so
yeah, no, you actually sound really good.
Cool. I never get to talk about KJ, so I want to come on panel and talk about her.
Absolutely.
And all the hypocrisy that goes on in her life, which is a lot. You brought up that banana eating video. I had a big problem with that. Yeah. I mean, does she not realize the self-awareness is just not there?
Yeah, exactly. And I hate to say it, but I mean, Uni made a great point. Whose mind was going there? You know, I mean, first, even if there was the case, everyone have long forgotten about this video. Why bring it up now? And why bring it up for that reason? It's just,
Definitely. It's just, she's a treat. And I've learned a long time ago, I'm better off just, like Tina said, not giving her any kind of attention. And I think if more of us did that, I think it would help her possibly go away eventually, maybe.
Right, yeah. So sound the alarm. I see you're in the studio there again. I don't, and I'm looking at the participants and I don't even see you as participating in the chat. So I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. I hate saying no because I feel like I'm, being exclusive. Though. Yeah. We don't want
no more porn bombing.
Exactly.
I heard. I was like, they whipped it out. Dang. Of course I fell asleep early.
But I don't know.
All I can say is I'm really happy you enjoyed that little video I made with your blessing. It was so much fun to make.
I freaking loved it. Oh my God. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, I want to cry.
You look really good with a lot of different hair colors. You know that, right?
Thank you.
You look good with dark hair. I was really impressed. And I made sure, and I was just picking on the mute part because it's funny,
Yeah, no, it is.
Everyone gets a good laugh out of it. And you're one of my favorite creators, so I was never going to be doing anything mean or anything like that. But it was fun to make, so I'm happy that Sweet Tea suggested it.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I freaking loved it. I showed it to everyone too in my house. I'm like, look at this, look at this. This is so cool.
That's awesome.
GTA, yeah, come on. Oh, here, I'll drop it again in case you need it.
Just want to say hi to everyone in chat who said hello. Say hi back. Yay.
Hey. Oh, I see. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I didn't see that there was someone else down there. My bad. Wait a minute. I gotta shrink my screen a little bit.
Was it you, Kimberly? I'm sorry. I knew someone suggested it, and I was like, that's a great idea. I mean, it's done with love.
Diane. There's no last name though, because I know that there's a Diane, but I don't know.
I saw Diane in the chat.
See here. Please don't have a penis for us. Hello?
Oh, hello?
Hey, yay!
Hi.
It's a girl.
Hi, it's Diane Harlow. Sorry, I didn't even think to put my last name in it.
No, it's fine. Right, who do we got? We got Liz here. Is Liz really Liz?
Yep, I'm here. Hi.
Awesome. Okay.
Hey, what's up?
So we have Liz here and we have Diane Harlow. What's up, ladies?
Hello.
Hey.
How are you guys doing?
Well, we're just talking about Katie for the most part.
Yeah, good. I know, Dottie and I never get to talk about her anymore. So
KJ's kind of off limits on my channel, except for when we play Mad Libs, and then we go up to town.
Yeah, true. True. I just kind of wanted to say, like, Katie and her obsession with the Duggars, it's really made me kind of realize and remember that, listen, I'm a Catholic woman, you know. Mm-hmm. I don't like this whole thing people do where it's like they almost like gawk at like Christian families, not Christian families, but especially like fundy families like the Duggars and stuff. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, and you know, it's, you know why it also hits home? Because like I'm disabled too, so it's like with all these people like staring, like, ooh, what are these Christians doing? You know, it's like it really gives me like freak show vibes, like back in the day when you went to the circus and you know there's
right, like, yeah,
bro, yeah, like that's I mean, yeah, the Duggars need to be exposed because like SA and people like Josh and whatever, but it's like I don't get the whole stalking and like the whole all of that because like I go to church once a week on Saturday or Sunday. Like I pray my rosary and that's it. Like I listen. Look at my icon. I play Grand Theft Auto. That's the last game a Christian should be playing, right? Like I mean,
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I don't know. Like I get exposing them, but like these people aren't doing that. You know, they're
right.
Yeah, I also grew up Catholic as well, and not that I'm really practicing, but I still consider myself a Christian.
Yeah.
But I have a problem with her pretty much lumping everybody into one big fat boat and pretty much labeling any type of religion a cult. That's the point she's to at this.
Yeah.
And she's just lumping everybody. And I have big problems with that. Just as she would probably have problems with lumping like atheists into some kind of weirdo category, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
She needs to chill out on the religion thing.
And like these crimes and everything that she's, you know, so horrified by and everything, and then rightfully so, they're not happening because of the faith. They're happening because of the enclosed upbringing and lifestyle and everything. Because I mean, it doesn't matter if it's religion or if it's anything else culturally, you know, of significance. If something is isolating you and your kids or your family from society, then that's a breeding ground for shit like this. And that's the problem. It's not the religion per se. It's the inclusiveness or exclusive. I don't know what the word is.
Absolutely.
I get them confused. So I mean,
and the fact that she brought up Josh Duggar, when he was living, where did he say, Boston, and he had booty calls all the time. What college kid doesn't? She's stretching so hard for stories.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and that 911 call. I mean, I'd be a little freaked out if I lived in the country and there was some car parked in my road for 2 days in a row. Yeah, I would probably call 911 too. And she tried to twist it to make it sound like she was scared of Josh Duggar. I'm like, you need to, arms must hurt because she's reaching so far.
She even said that in the live she did afterwards that night. She's saying, you know what? I think that the woman or whatever, she couldn't say that because of the people around her. But I think that's Josh is really the reason why she called. I mean, she's pushing this like so hard. Oh my God. Like this family doesn't have enough shit going on right now. You know, if what you say is true, that they feel obligated to do this for Jim Bob or whatever, then why are you throwing them under the bus too? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. And and that's the thing, like college, even like that's the thing about college, like even for secular people, college is just this whoa experience, right? When you're away from home for the first time. And I didn't I didn't party a lot because I'm unpopular. Like I didn't have many, I had friends, but like I didn't get into the whole Greek life thing and whatever. But like that's it for anyone, because you're besides like maybe like the Washington DC trip kids take in 8th grade, that's the first time a lot of kids are away from home. So it's like you're gonna want to go out and do all these things. So that's such
Liz, you gotta speak for yourself. I went to a Catholic college. Do you know how much we partied? It's like we were all those deprived children. We got underneath the thumb of our parents, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna go crazy, drink lots of beer, have lots of sex. We just ran with it. We're the worst ones. I'm honest about that.
It was like half the shit I did in my 20s were to ever be known.
Right? I am so happy the internet wasn't around when I was 22 years old.
I know.
Could you
right?
imagine?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm still in my 20s for like 6 more months, so I still got time. But no, like the most partying I ever did was like my school had a welcome back dance or something, or like it was part of their welcome thing for freshmen, and that's the most I did. I mean, like it all depends on like, and then I'm also too like I'm kind of introverted, so it's not just a religious thing. Like, I don't know.
And for me, it's the hypocrisy of it, where KJ said she sowed her wild oats. She was a party girl, and now she's going to criticize Josh Duggar for going away to college, sowing his wild oats. She needs to take some seats.
And Faith Adams says Catholics party the hardiest for sure. Damn straight. Damn straight.
Nothing parties harder than a repressed teenage girl.
Damn right. The stories I could tell would make people blush. Just saying.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say. Oh, sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
No, you
go ahead. We've been chatty Cathy's your turn.
Oh my God, Diane! I'm like, whose voice is that? I'm sorry. I've been so quiet for so long. What's up?
I know. I always worry about talking over someone, so
it's okay. We all do it. I mean,
yeah. I wanted to say something about the Duggar situation.
Okay.
Well, a couple things, but first of all, I find Katie's joyfully unavailable shirt really kind of rude, because these girls, they've gone through hell, and then at every turn she's just mocking them. But I grew up where I have a single mom, so I wasn't taught as crazy as my ex-husband's family would be. But we got married, and then we had to go stay with them while he finished doing a job. and I was told that I was going to be trained how to be the proper wife. And one of the things that I was told was that I was to give my husband sex whenever he asked for it. And, just a bunch of stuff. But that part was the point I wanted to say. And let me tell you, I did not follow that advice, nor do I think anyone should. But for Katie to just automatically, because that's what was taught or whatever, that these girls have to do that. They don't have a choice in the matter. And sorry, but I don't believe that. You can't tell me that out of all those kids, not one of them can't think on their own. So that annoys me. And then, to be honest, the whole thing of her re-victimizing these girls is horrendous.
Right.
I was SA and R growing up, and the worst part about it was when I had to talk to the attorney, I had to talk to a counselor. I mean, just over and over, all the people getting ready for court and then going into court and doing that. And then things being held over and having to do it again and again. And because the first person was my stepfather, all the way to 10 years into my marriage, I was having to relive these things. So when she talks about these girls and brings this up all the time, for me, I think that is so sick. And I don't know if that's maybe because my experience and what I've gone through. But when you go through something like that, you don't want to relive it over and over. You want to move on and try to be the best person you can be. So, sorry, that was long-winded.
No, you're completely right though. I mean, she may be okay with her identity being so wrapped up in this victimhood status or whatever, and whatever.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anyone else wants that. I mean, if other people aren't reminding everyone of their victimization, then what business is it of yours to continue reminding them and everyone of it? Just
correct.
I don't see that's not working. That's not thinking or behaving like an advocate or someone who advocates for victims, whatever she wants to word it as. It's not. Right. It's you're exploiting it.
Yes, so. Exactly. That's definitely not an advocate. And I wanted to join your lives to share that experience over and over and over, but then I would chicken out, and it's not something fun to talk about. But I just wanted to share my experience a little bit so that there's that understanding of what it feels like to have that be happening over and over. And I just, it's disgusting that she does this.
Yeah, it is.
So I think this is a cover.
Some of the money.
This is a cover to to bits about stuff like the beach trip she went on and on and on about. I think she uses it to say like, oh, I'm just helping them recover from R and SA as a cover, and then she bitches about stuff like stupid stuff like the beach trip, and then says, oh well, like I'm advocating for them, and I'm helping them recover, and that's I'm covering them so I can talk about things like that. I think it's honestly just to recover. Like, I really don't think she cares about it.
Oh, absolutely not.
No,
yeah, she didn't. No, she. It's like I don't understand. Just even okay, she says it's her job. Okay, well, argument's sake, let's say that this is her job. It's the same kind of job that we all hate doing, but she has to do it for her paycheck or whatever. Mm-hmm. She still she seems to be the most energized and into doing her job when she gets to talk about this shit. This kinds of stuff. I don't understand.
Oh, and the smile she has on her face when she's talking about them, and that excitement, and that is so sick. So if you really are doing this because this is your job and you don't want to or whatever, then you wouldn't be laughing. You wouldn't be smiling. You wouldn't act like, oh my gosh, I just got the most important news of all. Just, Josh did this with the banana.
Oh, God. It's the overkill for me. The overkill is.
Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm sorry, it's been up here for a while. I'm afraid it's going to go away on me. But thank you so much for the super chat, Mrs. Care. I love having watched your first KJ upload a year ago to being here tonight on your own channel. I feel like this is only the beginning. Yay! Thank you, and I love your channel too, by the way.
Like during the live for LOC, Erin looked like she was about to cry. I was like so worried that she was about to cry.
It was a few times, yeah.
Yeah, and I hope I'm not reaching by saying this, but if Katie got news, like what Katie did, when her friend died in the car accident or whatever, she went on live and. Well, I don't know if she was smiling or laughing, but she kept going and going and going, and but we were just, we went live, but we were kind of just having almost like a celebration of life. KJ didn't do that in her life.
Yeah, and see, I don't know how many people are aware of this though. But they are posted in the subreddit. There are screenshots of Katie's Facebook account where I guess now she has shit set to like just friends or whatever, like the public can't view her posts or whatever. And this was back then when this person's husband passed away. It looks like from the screenshots I saw was that friends who know her friend and the husband or whatever, they commented, they called her out on this shit. Like, what are you doing? She wants you to stop, knock the shit out. And the screenshots were just of Katie's posts, like in response to shit like that. I don't know. Wow. I'm alleging here, but this is the story behind them, and they're really interesting.
She insinuated the guy was drinking and driving.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
And that was the problem. Because he was in a motorcycle accident, single car accident, and there was never any posts or newspaper articles about a drunk driving accident. She just stretches it to the point where it fits her narrative.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And she said there too, saying how she doesn't want to give she's not going to name any names or whatever like that. But she gave away everything else.
Right.
She gave away like all this personal, like other definitive information or whatever of this man, and then she even mentioned which friend of hers this was, so you knew you had a first name.
Right. You can Google it and we found it.
Yeah, there. Exactly. It was like 2 Google searches or some shit like that. It's crazy.
Kimberly says, from experience, it's hard to hold a beer and ride a motorcycle. Yeah, that's what
I agree.
Well, you have to hold on to the handlebars. I'm afraid of motorcycles, but they require 2 hands. It's not like a car.
Did you see the Reddit today or Katie's Instagram today? I see that Vidrana mentioned it. She has a post of something Fundy Snark put up in their subreddit. It's that meme with the 3-headed dragon. Yes. 2 of the dragon heads are fierce, and the stupid looking one is WACB. I loved it. And you know what what she said about it? You're so obsessed with me. No, Katie. You give us so much to talk about. There's a difference between obsession and just the material, the amount of material given. It's crazy. But I love that meme, and it's perfect.
It is, yeah.
And where did you find it?
It's on Katie's Instagram. She
Oh,
posted
okay.
it herself to make it look like that that Fundy Snark is obsessed with her.
Mm-hmm.
Her calling things
They're harassing.
snarky.
Targeted harassment. That's her favorite words. If I drank every time she said targeted harassment, my butt would be so wasted.
True.
When she says she's being snarky or this is just snark or whatever, most of the time, excuse my language, but it's more like bitch. She's being
Right.
a bitch. It's not
Snarky
snark.
equals she's being bitchy. Just to say it the way it is.
Like I keep mentioning, but I can't get that video she did where she complained about the beach trip that Jessa and Ben took. I can't believe I even know their names now because of her.
I know, right? I know.
But like he complained about everything. Like she didn't even know what the fucking turtleneck was called. I mean, to be fair, I live in California, whatever. But guys wear those like surf shirts all the time.
Wetsuits.
Right? Yeah, the wetsuits. I'm like, oh, she complained about literally everything.
I made a memes video about that one.
Yeah.
Turned out pretty good.
I remember that.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. My daughter hated swimsuits. She just really hated them. And so she would wear the like wetsuit top. And then she had to buy these shorts to go with it. And it was really, really funny because like right now I wouldn't be in a bikini, but most of their life I was when I was swimming, and I never had any rules about it. So can you imagine how much fun Katie would have had if she was like if I was important, I mean, and the way my daughter was dressed. She just takes whatever the hell she wants that she knows she can drag on to make money.
And then she said, was it one of the I don't know if it was last night or I don't even know what night tonight is right anymore at this point. But she made a comment about how she thinks that like the cult or whatever would like look down upon her because she kisses her 8-year-old son on the lips.
My mom kisses the lips. No,
yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. In fact, I got these downloaded. Llama Girl posted them to Twitter, and then I screen grabbed it from there. But oh hey, Llama Girl, I see you there.
So she kisses her 8-year-old son on the lips. That's preference.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. I get what she's saying or whatever, but I mean, but then to like call out the most innocent and trivial of things, and to put this, perverted spin or whatever on so many things, and then to say that, it's like, I don't know,
two
it's
sets
like
of
another
standards.
contradiction.
One for her and one for everybody else.
Exactly.
I will say, in my own opinion, having your 8-year-old sleep in the same bed with you got to cut that tie sometime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting to be that age where he needs to have his own room, his own bed.
When I was little, I was afraid of the dark. Well, I remember I used to get up in the middle. My mom would sit like right. This was when we still lived in New Hampshire, but my mom would sit right outside my room in case I got out of bed in the middle of the night. So, but she would never sleep with me. That's just creepy. Like if he's getting up in the middle of the, I mean, I'm not a parent, so I don't want to lecture, but if he's getting up in the middle of the night, just sit outside his room like my mom did and just like catch him like my mom did. My parents used to try everything to get me to stay in my room. I remember they put tape on my doorstep. But yeah, like that. My point is, like, that's so. Like I don't want to insinuate anything, but that's weird.
Yeah, and like like when my oldest was a baby, and like he slept. I'm ashamed to say it now. You know, I co-slept with him and stuff a lot up until he was about 1 year old out there. Looking back at it now, I wouldn't do that because
I
it's not
don't
safe.
think you have to be ashamed for that at all.
But no,
A lot
I'm
of
not
people
ashamed.
do it.
Right. But I mean, looking back at it, I wouldn't make that same choice now because now I know better. But that's fine though. I get that, but at 8 years old, I mean, even me as a girl or whatever I never wanted to sleep with my mom unless I woke up in the middle of the night and had a bad dream. Then there's no place I wanted to be but right there in bed with my mother, but I just, how does, I don't think that's really promoting independence or whatever.
Exactly.
For self-soothing, I don't know.
Night lights work wonders. Like when I discovered night lights, that I was like, hallelujah. Like,
and if they have such cool night lights these days, like the stars on the ceiling. We never had that crap when I was a kid.
So jealous of kids today. I'm so now I do. I listen. I'll admit I'm 29 and still afraid of the dark. I'm sorry, I watch too many scary movies. But
there's nothing wrong with that.
Now I have like these cool LED lights that I have in my apartment. But like when I was a kid, I just had the boring little LED lights. Kids these days are spoiled.
When my oldest was, he wasn't real little, but he was probably like around kindergarten age. They had these things at, I think it was at the dollar store, but they stuck up on the wall and they glowed in the dark. They were good. They didn't like stay on the wall. You could peel them off and shit.
Like little sticker things.
Yeah, and then this was like the coolest thing in the world. And I was like, where was this when I was a kid? All I had was a glowworm, I would love to have my walls covered in this shit.
Awesome.
Well, maybe he's waking up and wanting to sleep with her because he's not getting that attention. He only gets it from his dad, and I don't mean to be rude about that, but it is a fact. And so I kind of wonder if that plays into it a bit.
Hasn't she given multiple reasons why she sleeps with him? I heard once she was afraid he stopped breathing in the middle of the night.
Yeah. And I can't blame her there. I can't. It's with everything she's been through with him. Like I don't
get it. Yeah, but I think she's given other reasons as well. And when there's multiple reasons thrown out, which are convenient at the time they're said, it makes me think about it. But I think personally, just because they're opposite sexes, at this point, when you're 8-year-old male child sleeping with the mother, and I'm not judging at all. This is just my opinion. I think it's time to try to start weaning him into his own bed.
Yeah. I mean, I look at it this way because I have 2 boys and I have a girl. And my youngest now is 17. So I've been through these ages.
Me too. 2 boys and a girl.
So like if we're to a point age-wise where I'm not going to sit there and change my shirt or my pants in front of my kid, my male child, then they should probably kind of be pushed towards sleeping in their own bed. Just, I don't know. Maybe it's not right either because like my daughter, whatever, I'll get in trust maybe, but it would go for her too, I think. She'd be in her own bed too. But I don't know. But I mean, like we said, I don't know how it feels to go through the shit that she's gone through. Like the worst thing, knock on wood, that's not even wood, that's ever happened to my kids is my daughter had pneumonia twice. So I don't know what she's gone through. I don't know how that's felt. And honestly, if I was pushed to the point where I thought I was going to be losing my child, like at any moment, my youngest is 17. She'd probably still be in bed with me. So I don't know.
I get that too. I totally get it. We only see snippets of her life. We really can't judge.
Yeah.
Right.
We can only make observations. That's all.
Yeah. And think about that. Like, I think she does things like this and like throws these things out as bait, kind of, and just see how we react. I think she trolls a lot, to be honest.
Oh yeah, Dude, I'm convinced of that. Like, so, like I think I've even added this as like a joke or whatever in a few entitlement videos where like I think she goes out of her way to say something that she knows is just completely untrue, and she knows it's going to just really rile people up. She's gaslighting.
I love when she talks about current events in politics, like when she talked about Israel and Palestine the other day, and then never heard of it again. That things like that with politics. And
well, looks like me and you are off limits, Aaron. Britt's totally judging us. You go, girl.
Yeah.
What?
Just Britt's comment. She goes, screw that. I'm judging Dottie and EK's. You go ahead. It's funny. And did you know Sue's making an expose video on me? It's a joke. It's just a running joke. Because
I have to do it.
Jack stuff. Because I have a parrot. He's like super annoying. They have this one time every year where they go into like their mating season, except he has no mates.
Only once a year?
Yeah, it's like around this time of year, May, June. But he's so ornery and riled up and wants to bite and wants to be loud. Yeah. And I'm trying to live stream and he's over there just squawking at me, looking at me on purpose like a little kid, right? Except he's 36 and still doing it. And I'm thinking he's annoying everyone who's listening. I'm like, no, we love him. So I threw a sock at him one day, just to try to get him to shut up. I have not heard the end of it yet. I know it's all in fun and jest. It's all good. I think it's funny. But they got hashtag save Jack, hashtag no socks, hashtag.
Yeah, I'm your highness now because I made a remark how I play Guns of Glory and I have a castle that's a level 34. So, yeah.
But KJ is really smart. She knows drama sells, right? Drama does sell, and she knows how to push buttons to keep people talking about her. That's where we, as she likes to call us, anti-KJ community, really needs, I think, sometimes take a step back and don't respond to it. And then what would she do? Probably rile her up more, which I think is hilarious. But
did anyone see the live where she says, I have never claimed to be a nice person?
Yup. And she says she's not an advocate either, but she said that about 1 million times.
Yeah, actually, originally when I had kind of thought I was thinking about going live, I was going to play those videos. I put them all together and everything, but then I guess I tried with something else. And now we have. Oh, so Jay, is that you? Are you sound the alarm? Jay, let me know in chat here if that's you.
So I think it'd be really funny to take that little clip where she said, I'm not an advocate, but then line up all the clips where it says, I'm an advocate, I'm an advocate, I'm an advocate. I advocate for this, advocate for that. Oh, please.
And people trust me and come to me and want to share. I don't contact them. They all contact me.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Sue.
Hi. How are you guys?
Good.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and drop off because it'll get a little crowded up here. But thanks for having me on, Aaron. I'm going to go ahead and drop off.
Yes, thanks for coming on. Yes,
You're
awesome,
welcome.
Dottie. Thank you.
Yeah, good talking
Bye.
to you.
You too.
Have a good night.
Oh, I'll still be in the audience listening.
Damn it, I can't see. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. So let me check the chat because yes, Jay just said that he is. Okay, all right. I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't know who that was. That's why I didn't let you on because I didn't want another penis to show up. But all right, here we go. There you go. So sound the alarm, Jay.
Hello, hello.
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 I just wanted to touch on some of what we were talking about, how we went into the conversation of KJ's son sleeping in her bed, and then we kind of, all of us on the panel, or all of you on the panel said, we can't judge. And that's how normal people act. But KJ, she will judge and jury and deliberate everything. This us as a community is how normal people act, where we're like, well, we can't judge. But KJ will take it to a next level And like it's disturbing. And like I want to like also talk about KJ on a psychological level. I mean, her behavior is not normal for normal people. Like the chat tonight, we can see that there's normal people here, and how KJ acts is absolutely mentally ill, to tell you the truth.
She seems, see, I went through, I mean, I don't know. I feel like what she goes through, I feel like these are things that I've already gone through, and like a lot of people just go through just as like normal growing up process and just learning how the world works and everything. Like she seems very hung up on things being just, or things being fair or equal or right, and I remember being like that, like in high school and shit. Like I remember like a huge fight I had with one of my teachers over this bullshit, and it ended with them saying life isn't fair, and I was like, I feel like that's what she's like, though, kind of,
I know life isn't fair, but honestly, I still have my moments. Like today, I take public transit, and I did a lot, and I work at a grocery store, so I did a lot of shopping on my lunch break. And I had so much shit to carry, and so I got I really got the bus stop. I bought 2 things of ice cream, and I looked into my bag, and the cover came off. Yes, and the ice cream was like all over my mask and all over the bag. And, like, why is this happening? Like I know life isn't fair, but I have my moments, But Casey just, yeah, like you said, Aaron, like everything has to be fair and equal. And like I think that's why she tries to play lawyer so much. Is like she wants to be fair and equal, and like it's not. Life isn't perfect like that. Like,
Gosh, and to get hung up on everything like she does, that would be so miserable.
Kimberly, it was not Bluebell ice cream. Okay, I shout out to Signature Ice Cream because they have black raspberry ice cream, which I can never get in California until now.
It's just good, yeah.
Yes. No, but it was not Bluebell. It was Signature, and then I bought strawberry. I had to go to out because they were everywhere. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. Oh, come to me. Never mind.
That happens to me all the time, like all the time.
It's so embarrassing when
me too.
And like something that then there's silence.
I'll be like recording like a translator video, and I'll have an idea in my head, and I shit you not, by the time I get everything set up, the camera, whatever, and I'm ready, I forget it. And I will get because I'll be like, I know it was a good joke. Damn it, what was it? And I will just be miserable until I can remember it. And usually I do, but still.
Can I ask like what people think of when KJ is this LGBTQ fighter, and then she has Todd in clips that I've seen he says, wasn't she a he, she, or, like he does like a slander, like they were talking about transgender, and he goes, well, he's a he, she, or something like broad like that. And then she goes, oh, stop. But like, doesn't that show that she doesn't pick the right kind of man to be with if she says she's bisexual and then he goes and does a slur like, oh, she's a he, she, or, like, I mean, what does that show about KJ with like what Todd has shown when he says like, I think he had a post about like an axe about a vagina or like something like that. Like,
oh yeah,
do you remember that? Like, it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. And like what is she wants to be so holier than thou, like with the LGBTQ LGBTQ community, and then he goes and says disgusting stuff like this. Like, if that's not hypocrisy, I don't know what is. And it's disgusting. Like, everything she says, you can just debate it and, show she's a hypocrite. Like, that's what makes people upset, and that's what makes people make fun of her looks or her hairline or her chin, because she
pisses people off. Yeah.
And it's like she thrives on this because any attention is good attention for her. And like, her husband has been found out to be a disgusting human being, and she wants to stand up for SA victims and women's rights, but then she has a man like that just throws down all her walls. Like, it's so disgusting.
It is. I mean, no, you're right. You are right. If you're going to hold such strong values or beliefs or whatever, how is it that you can overlook these same traits in a life partner?
Exactly. And, they're gonna walk the walk and you talk the talk. Like, it's my God, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Embarrassing. And you know what? We can call everything she says, we can trace back to BS. Like, if you're gonna lie, then lie right. Have a book and write your lies down, because she's so far into it that she can't even remember.
Yeah.
All right. I don't remember that. Golden Unicorn says, "Oh, you mean when she laughed when her husband called Cheshire's fat, bitter, and boring on an Insta live stream?" What? When was this?
It's crazy. I was talking about when Todd said he was looking at a vagina. He said it looks like an axe, something like an axe. Like it was just disgusting. And as KJ being so strong in feminism, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I think he called it like an axe wound or some shit like that. Or compared it to one.
Yes.
Something like that.
One of the biggest challenges as a Catholic Christian woman is the question always comes up, like, what do you mean? It's like, here's the thing. My point is with this, you don't have to have the same exact opinion 100% as your spouse. Like, one of the biggest things that comes up for me is like, what would I do if the person I fell in love with was agnostic or atheist? And it's like, well, I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, well, I don't care. He can sit at home and watch football every Sunday. I don't care. Like, I'm going to come home from church and watch it with him. But I mean, but also, I don't care as long as like it's not hateful or like anything like that. But she's married to a man. Don't forget, he read Mein Kampf and gave it 4 stars.
What was that last part?
But with being atheist, that's completely different than calling a woman's vagina like an axe wound, or saying a transgender is a he, she, and like having all these.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to imply it was the same. My point was to kind of illustrate like how you don't have the same viewpoints, but like as long as they're not hateful like his is, like she knew he was like this, but still married him. It's like, I'm not a love and sex expert, like I'm not gonna lecture people on that, but yeah, like I don't know.
Well,
it just seems so hypocritical for her to stand up for women's rights and LGBTQ, but also not share a bed, but share a house with a man that is degrading everything that you say you stand for. And then, like it's okay. Like it's disgusting. And like for KJ to say that he's an alcoholic and he stopped drinking, well, when you're an alcoholic, you don't drink in front of your husband, like that's breeding bad behavior. And I think Todd is still drinking, to tell you the truth, because how could you not live with her? Like, I'm sorry, she drinks like a fish, but like, it's just
I
so
swear.
hypocritical.
I don't even care about. I mean, even if they both whatever enjoy having a few drinks, even several times a week, that doesn't bother me. I don't know. It's like,
well, it doesn't bother me either. But when you say he's a recovering
yeah,
alcoholic,
exactly.
Yeah. Sober, well,
yeah, when you know that you have a tendency towards addiction, or you've shown this already, and you already went through the steps and processes to step back from it, then you're kind of playing with fire there. Yeah.
And then another thing I want to touch on is her now dragging Keemstar. Remember when she was on a live and Keem got on her live and she was like, holy, is that really Keem? And she was so excited and so energetic. And then, and now she can go and do this. It's like, where's your mind? Like, are you on the fence that much? Like, and at this point, after seeing that, it's like, well, it's all about the views. If you want to talk bad about the fundamentalists, well, then let's clean up your own backyard. Let's talk about your parents being Catholics and why you left the faith. If you want to talk about people's religion, like I was brought up Catholic too. And, there's a lot of shady business in the Catholic Church, but she focuses on these fundamentalists and these girls, these Duggar girls that were basically mind warped by Jim Bob. And she still makes fun of the way they dress, how they bring up their kids. You know how hard it is to come out of a mindset of being in a cult? You don't just get out of it overnight. Like, these girls probably still have trauma. Not only that, but from Josh, your brother, molesting you. Like, I'm all for Katie digging into Josh because he deserves everything he gets. But for her to dig into these girls about their appearance, about how they mother, like, let's clean up our own backyard, Katie.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You can't really expect to go on, especially like on a public platform, and to give commentary about other people's lives and what they're putting out, what they're doing, or whatever, and to break shit down, especially with the way that she does, and then to think your shit is going to be off limits. Oh no.
Well, especially because she didn't grow up in the fundamentalists, so she's on the outside. It's very different when you're in. It's like any other cult, like Jonestown. You're brainwashed. You're scared. We don't know what Jim Bob did, but she's victimized, or she's what she does, like, about victims. She's telling these girls, well, their appearance isn't good, their house is disgusting. Like, like, as a woman, you don't bring other women down. And as Katie, as an SA survivor, and I'm sure a lot of women in this chat have had experiences, it's not something that you bring up for views. And these girls and Duggars, they're victims. Like, she should be bringing them up, supporting them. Instead, she's ripping them apart about their appearance, about how they raise their kids. And it's so disgusting, because as a woman in that situation, it's like a community, like when you're SA'd, or, it's like you build women up, and she just tears these poor Duggar girls down when they have been brainwashed, tortured, whatever. And, she should be bringing these women up, and instead she's just mowing them over. It's disgusting.
These women. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, please.
Speaking about the Duggar girls, I read a thing today that they are suing a magazine that first reported on what happened to them. And it just, the article came up that the court, it's been delayed, their court date, but they are suing.
Right, yeah.
Because they keep bringing it up over and over and over and over again. So I'm like, Katie needs to watch out.
Well, especially because Katie has been a victim, so she says. And you know what? When you have been in that situation, You do not bring other women down. These women in the Duggars were victims.
No.
Josh was the predator, and these girls were victims. And you don't bring women down. She should be saying, listen, we have a community, you should bring them up. And she's dragging them down.
Mhm.
And it's just disgusting what she's doing. And any cult you'll see, you have to be unbrainwashed. And it takes time. These girls are still in the same county as Jim Bob. It's not as easy as you think.
And this is what they've lived their whole life. And
Absolutely.
so they're not going to deprogram in 30 days. It's something that's been ingrained with them for their entire life. And so to expect that they're going to get married and then go to their house and be like, okay, all of that shit we just did was wrong. No, that's not how it works.
Well, and especially since imagine being in the Duggar fundamentalists, where it's like a community that's like outside of any other community. People don't understand, and you get almost like disintegrated because you speak out against it. These girls are victims, and Katie keeps talking about their clothes and their housing and how they raise their children. Like, it's just, as a woman, you don't do that. And like, it's so subhuman for Katie to do that has been in that situation, to bring these women down. These women need brought up. They don't need to be brought down. It's disgusting.
Yeah, and I can't get over it. Like, they were victims here. Okay, they were victimized by this culture, this enclosed society or whatever that they live in. And someone, I forget who it was either Lama Care or Mrs. Care, or someone said how the girls even say that they don't remember it because it happened when they were so little or so long ago, or they're asleep or whatever the case may be. And I don't, sure, okay. And it's like Katie she's so obsessed and so like just pinpointed on sending all this hate and just ruining and taking down this patriarch, this cult, whatever, however you want to word it. She's so zeroed in on doing this that she's exploiting something that these girls had. I mean, she's not at all doing this on their behalf. She sees them as a weapon to use against this organization.
Absolutely. And she's doing more harm than good, because women need to bring each other up. And she just blatantly talks a whole bunch of mess about them. And like, we didn't live that. We were not in fundamentalists. I was brought up Catholic. She, but like, Katie, why did she disband from the Catholic Church? Something happened there, but she won't drag the Catholic Church because her parents were in it. But let me tell you, when I was in the Catholic Church, shady stuff happened. So it's easy to pick low-hanging fruit like Katie does, but let's, like, it's like, it's just disgusting. She has no idea what the fundamentalists did, but she has this hate on for her own brought up religion. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and I think maybe she's like a lot of people seem to think Catholics aren't willing to talk about what's happened in our faith. We have a lot of programs dedicated to helping victims and like hotlines to call and things like that. And we all are willing to talk about it. It's like,
but does anybody else think that she shies away from talking about the Catholic Church because her parents are still in it?
Yeah,
she was talking about it. Yeah, she was talking about it all. Was it last night or something? I have the video, I think.
When she was in the army had.
No, I do have it. That's right. Yeah, no, she was talking about her experience and her diocese or whatever. How the priests were taking, they just left suddenly or whatever. There was this big scandal. All these priests, from her childhood were on this list or whatever, or some shit like that. So, thank you so much for the super chat, Tiny Dancer. You all cute and lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
So are you?
I believe when Katie got essayed, it was from a guy from her high school, which was a Catholic high school. And another thing about Katie talking about her essay, she makes it like monetary value instead of being like like it's hard to believe Katie because like a woman like that will lie about just about anything, and it's like she brings women down because I can't judge her. Maybe it might have happened, but the way she talks about it,
she's not doing it justice. Yeah,
she has a smirk on her face, and the story changes. Like
see, I don't even believe she's really truly an atheist because I saw one of her lives. She said that she's still registered to her parish and that she never canceled her thing. So, to me, that says either she still goes to church, or like occasionally, or is just BSing, or she just for some reason never canceled her registration.
yeah, it could be the latter. I mean, I was raised Catholic. I went Catholic school and everything, and I don't consider myself Catholic anymore. I consider myself agnostic, but I've never like disenrolled or whatever from the church either. I mean, I know that you have to do it. She's correct about that, but just who thinks to do that though? I mean, I don't know. But
Katie calling herself an atheist and then saying like what she believed, what did she believe at Christmas? It was like she calls it something else.
Yule.
Yeah, that still is a belief, so that's not atheist. And Toad being what is it
or whatever,
that's not an atheist either. And that Viking shit Toad believes in, that's a very old
Viking shit
thinking, and like the Vikings were raping and pillaging, like he's backwoods, and like there's racist undertones about Kitty. She just doesn't want to believe it. Like she's in such denial of everything. I believe I've seen a thing where her brother-in-law or her brother doesn't want to have anything to do with her. Like, when
I've heard that claim. Yeah, I don't know.
She's the problem. She's the problem.
Real quick, thank you so much for the super chat, Golden Unicorn. The best way to bring someone out of a cult is to present them with a picture that they have options outside the cult. And you do that by being supportive and empathetic, not by berating them. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And Kitty berates these girls that have been victimized and have been in a cult, and the younger ones in Jim Bob's care are still in that. Like, she's doing more harm than good reporting on this stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Someone actually sent me a DM. I don't want to say names or whatever in case they don't want this revealed or whatever, but they sent me a DM explaining how they actually do work with people coming out of these religious cults and everything, and that some of them are aware of Katie, but not in the way that she thinks. Like apparently some of these faiths or these sects or whatever, they will use her videos as proof of what they say about the outside world, how the outside world views them. That they use her videos to prove their point, to keep people scared and in the cult.
What a great point you just said. See, more harm than good. Like,
that's so sad.
That's sad.
Yep.
Like you see these calls, like remember Jonestown, Jim Jones, he had masses. Like it takes years, Scientology, it takes years to be deprogrammed, and these girls get married off and they still have no clue. And I'm sure Jim Bob has pull in the government in Arkansas. And he even said, Josh won't see any time. Like, that's what I'm worried about, is he's going to bribe or what have you. Like it's, the girls never seen justice because Josh didn't get taken away. Now the chickens have come home to roost, and I hope Josh gets life.
Yeah. I saw an episode of Long Island Medium, and there was a woman on there who went to Teresa, that's the medium. She was a survivor of Jonestown. And I guess when she was a little girl, her mom was in the cult, and she was with her, and her mom, I guess, I think she said the mom was one of them that drank the poison or whatever, and this woman was like, she said she was a little girl, and then when in the episode she was like older, middle aged, so I would say like 50s, and if she was a little girl, that means it's taking like 40 years to deprogram and get out.
Absolutely.
Like when you're in some massive event like that, like,
and just imagine the person that you're hearing this from is your father, a person that you should trust, look up to. These girls didn't stand a chance, and it's sad. I totally believe in Katie dragging Josh Duggar. Hang him high, because that's disgusting. I don't put up with that. But for her to talk about these girls, these Duggar girls, it's disgusting, and it's giving more fuel to the fire. And like, I think it's true, the first person on your panel, if we didn't give Katie any attention, she would implode. She lives on this. Any attention is good attention, and that's a sick mentality. She's very ill.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know, you can almost see it too, like she gets giddy over like the negative shit too, like even like the stuff that involves her or whatever. If people are talking shit about her, saying, or doxing her, or whatever the case may be, she gets giddy over it. It seems
she gets that like, smirk, that smile. It's disgusting. Like, normal on this panel, like your chat tonight, they're normal people that are like, well, we don't judge. But Katie, you give her an inch, she'll take a mile. She'll judge you till, God comes back. She has no problem. And I think that's why people get on her, is because you're going to be judging other people. Well, you know what? We're going to judge you about your appearance. And it doesn't, and you know what? She uses it as weaponizer, and she throws it back, but it's like, you give as good as you get. Like,
yeah, well, I remember, it was back, it's about a year ago or so. It was back when she did that whole GoFundMe thing for like lawyers' fees, so people like, take people to court. It was right around then. She made a post on Instagram, and Todd had been in there commenting, and a few other people commented, but her post was like, oh, well, whoever you are, who you are, and this post is for you. Stop doing this, stop doing that, whatever. Like, she's just gaslighting people. And someone even made a comment like, dude, what are you doing? And Todd's like, oh, no, don't, they know who they are. Don't, it's not you. They know who they are, whatever. And then someone else was like, well, yeah, but I mean, if you really feel harassed and threatened or unsafe or whatever by these people, why the hell are you instigating this? Why are you trying to incite them? I mean, shut up. Just don't even address them, because what you're doing is you're gonna keep fueling the fire.
And then I told you this in one of the live where you played the video with her lame ass knockoff Beats headphones and stuff, where she was talking about the altercation with the nurse. I think, like she like and the way she was talking about that was like she said this and I said this and like everyone was going back and forth, blah, blah, blah. Like, she wants it, and I made the comparison that's like when you're like at a party when you're in high school and the cops come and bust it up and there's like all this drama and yelling and whatever. Like, I don't know if she was in a lot of fights or something, but like every like interaction she has, you see it on Twitter too, where she just picks at people, like picks fights with people. And I think she's so, like, something must have happened where she just fights, like, just fights everyone. I don't know. Like, she has drama and fighting.
She there's this thing. Okay, this is gonna show what an asshole I used to be. But when this is like back in my 20s and shit, I was out, in bars and shit, and I was tending bar too a lot of nights and everything. But I mean, and you end up crossing paths with people who just rub you the wrong way, and the bar fights tend to happen. Well, the thing is, though, is a lot of people would get sick and tired if you've been getting in bar fights all the time, especially if you're starting them, and you're looking at getting barred. So that's an issue, especially if you're a bartender. So I had this thing where I used to do when it was someone, we're, fucking with each other or whatever. When no one was looking, or whatever, I just made sure I was close enough to where they could see my face, and I would just mouth the C word at them. Just look at and mouth the C word so no one else saw it but them. And every time you do that to a girl, especially when she's got a few drinks in her in a bar or whatever, and she already don't like you, you're just going to set her off. It's professional gaslighting almost. And then when the fight happens, they're the ones kicked out because no one saw what you did to instigate it. They just saw them come at you. That's all they saw. So, and I feel like that's kind of what she does.
I agree with you, but it's different in a bar where it's a closed community. When she does it online, you can tell her lies, you can look back. It's like, and I knew girls like Katie in high school and nobody liked them. You could just tell the type. Every girl went to high school with a girl like Katie. And it shows. Katie has no social ability. She has no friends because nobody wants to be around her. She's very negative. It's like, who do you have to blame? You made these problems. And it shows her parents, she doesn't have anybody. She said, I don't have friends. Why is that, Katie?
Yeah, there's a thread I posted a thread in the subreddit with someone who she used to be friends with. They're not named, whatever, but it was verified apparently. And the things that this friend said about Katie were pleasant. I mean, she didn't really have anything bad to say about Katie. Apparently, that Katie was fun to be around. She enjoyed being friends with her, or whatever. It wasn't until after she had her son that she just completely changed. Apparently.
Okay, so that makes it even worse because then it shows that she really resents her kid, and it shows she's been on lives where it shows, and that's disgusting.
That's okay. That confuses me. I'm autistic, Asperger's, and then I have facial. I had a lot of problems when I was a baby. I had operation after operation after operation. My parents never cut themselves off from anyone. Like, they still had friends. They still had my family. I get he was a lot of work, and I was a lot of work too, but I don't get this shutting yourself off from the world.
I think your parents invited people, and Katie shuts people out. The minute you say something about Katie, screw you, you're gone and you're the problem. But your parents probably invited people, but Katie doesn't have that in her. She's not normal. I believe she has some sort of mental illness. Normal people don't act like how Katie acts. Like, when you're getting dragged on internet, you leave the internet. She thrives on it.
I think she's starting to learn there, though. I think she's getting a little. I mean, well, at least I did until recently, until the whole preacher boy thing happened, anyways. Because if you look at how consumed she used to get about this shit, about when she was battling with Leslie there, and a few other people, but she didn't know when to let you go. She just came at it to the point where it was just like you didn't even want to watch anymore. And the shit with Preacher Boy, she's since let it go. If this were a year ago, I think she would still be going on about it though. But she went at it pretty hard though there for that one night. So I mean, I think she's gotten a little better there though. I don't know. I could be wrong.
But did she get better because she got into a lawsuit where it kind of slapped her wrist, say you can't just say whatever you want?
Well, I mean, even if that is the case, I mean, I'll take it. I mean, hey, whatever. Who cares what the catalyst is, really, so long as it happens. But I think maybe the big reason for it this time is because the whole Duggar thing going on. So I don't know.
Well,
I don't think she learned anything
on
from the
Duggar
lawsuit.
stuff. Like, my God, if I was one of the Duggars, I would have a cease and desist on her because what she's saying is slander, and it's false.
It is.
A journalist, what journalists do, they're unbiased. She is completely biased.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I was gonna say something, but now I forgot what.
I'll take advantage.
I don't think she's learned anything from the lawsuit, and I don't think she's gonna. I just, if anyone's, I don't think karma's gonna really come like it should either. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have my hopes up there.
Yeah, and like Jay, like you were saying, journalists have to be unbiased. Like, and we also I'm a sports reporter, not for anyone big. I just do nonprofit volunteer work. So when I go to the high schools and I cover football games, I used to tweet about, I live tweet. So I used to tweet about the injuries. And every time there would be some mom, like a high school football mom, finding my tweet, because Twitter is public like that, and going, Friday night fight, or, blah, blah, blah. And it's so I had to stop tweeting about injuries because of that. And it's like we can't invite bias in. Like, we just have to report the facts. Like, okay, this kid.
But when you reported on injuries, they were facts, right? Like but what Katie does,
you didn't give your expert opinion on the injury or whatever, right? Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like I can't invite like that bias and like, oh my god, he's gonna be blah 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 blah. Like like I can't freak out like that. I just have to say, this kid's on the ground, he's injured. Like that's that I just do my job. Katie doesn't. She thinks she's doing her job, but she's not. Like she's sensationalizing.
She's the type that someone would have a sprained ankle and she would say their leg was ripped off.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm a big history nerd, right? And a historical term is yellow journalism, where I forget what era it was in reference to, but it's yellow journalism, sensationalized journalism. That's what she does.
Well, I wouldn't even call it journalism. It's her opinion. Like, there's rules of journalism and she doesn't follow any of them. And then she wants to brag that she got the story out first, where all she does is go to Reddit and repeat, my God.
She's like a professional shit stirrer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And what bothers me is when you're giving out facts and you say you're a journalist and you have a following, you can't, you need to bring out the real truth. You can't hide from your followers what you want. Like, that's what I see Katie doing. And it's like, my God,
Right. Yeah.
She, like, honest to God, I can't stand her. I'm blocked from all of her platforms, and that's fine. But like the way she keeps going, and then she complains that people are attacking her. Why are people attacking you? Because you lie constantly? Because you make up BS? Like about her pride flag, that thing was ripped to high heavens and she made a story about it. Like, it's awful.
And then she was saying like the neighbors throw rocks at her kid, and then it was like,
yep,
oh, the neighbors love my kid. Okay, I don't throw rocks at things I like, so that was okay.
Like, when everybody's a problem, like everybody, Katie says everybody around her is a problem. Well, then you gotta look. Well, maybe you're the problem, Katie.
Yeah.
Not everybody can have all these problems, and like she self-loathes. She instigates for her looks, and then she wants to play the victim. It doesn't work like that.
Right. And I honestly, I want to know what kind of a mother sits there and tells the story of neighbors throwing rocks at her kids from outside of a prison cell. That's what I want to know. Just saying.
Well, it's like she lives in her own world. It's imaginary land. Like, like imagine being a psychologist and she went to shrink, she said, and got help. Well, no, man. She got signed off. She didn't learn anything. She is textbook mental illness. I don't know if you want to call it. There's so many things you can call it, but she doesn't act normal. There's no way. In this chat tonight, people are normal. They're saying, oh, we don't judge. Let's not point judgment. Kitty will judge you till judgment day. She's judge, jury, and executioner. She's not right. And for her followers to, follow the ground she walks in, I think that says a lot about her followers.
Definitely like her devoted stance or whatever, like people like Zag or whatever. Yeah. I mean, to still be like on her side or still be like supporting her and to be doing it so hard, it's, dude, what's up,
But you see the cult following, there's people that will believe anything, and she, she's no better than anybody else. Like, I don't know, like, clean up your own backyard. Your husband isn't perfect. You're not perfect. One was like, have we seen her cook a meal? I've never seen her cook a meal. Like, I don't know. She's just problematic.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was Erin. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for coming on.
Morning. Sorry. But yeah, thank you for having me on, Jay. It was awesome to meet you.
Thanks, Liz.
Yeah. All right. I gotta go, guys. Bye.
All right, good night. Thanks.
I'll still be listening as I fall asleep. I like to do that. All right.
Good night.
All right. Bye, guys. Good night.
Bye. Oh, good night, Kimberly. I just see that you're leaving, Kimberly. Bratty mom. Good night. Bye.
And like another point, for her to go in on Emily, you could tell it's just the hate is about the views. Emily,
no, I know,
is getting awards, and it's just bring women up. We as women, we should bring each other up. Like it's when you have a woman that's problematic like Katie, no one wants to be her friend. We see right through it, and it's
right. And the thing is, I mean, it's one thing to be. I mean, being problematic and everything, like you said. I mean, that can be forgiven. That can be moved on from. I mean, I think we're all problematic to some extent. It's sometimes more than others at various points in our lives, whatever. But
Absolutely.
What defines you though is how you handle it. Do you keep denying it or just keep ignoring it? Or do you admit to it and do you humble yourself? Because I mean, humility with humans just goes such a long way. And when you don't have it, you don't show it, you don't display it, then it's gonna hurt. It's really gonna hurt you, I think.
And people
that's the
see
thing.
that.
She doesn't show it. Yeah.
And people see that and they despise her. It's like, humility is a great trait when you have to be brought down. But, she's made mistakes on reporting stuff. And then she goes, okay, well, whatever. And she shrubs it off. And that's not how you do things.
I can't, every time I hear her say this, I sit and I listen and I wait for examples. But she will say, I've made mistakes. I'm not perfect. I've done this, or I've made mistakes. I've made mistakes reporting. I've said things I should, whatever. But she won't then list any of these things. She just says that she's done them, but she doesn't cop to doing any of them. You know what I mean? And I mean, a lot of people do this though. I mean, I think I probably did this for most of my life actually. But I mean, I think it's telling to say, oh, well, yeah, no, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes too. But then you don't give any examples.
I've never once heard her say I've made a mistake. She just shrugs it off. But it's like, she can't just, she'll say, okay, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe she'll say that, but then she'll go on and make more mistakes. And she, it's like, you're giving false information, which is really dangerous. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's disgusting.
And
like how she just, flies over what Todd has been caught in, what she's been caught in, and she'll just, lay it over like, oh, well, it's nothing. It's like, take accountability.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what pisses people most off,
that, and she will press and demand it so much out of everyone else, but not herself,
Like, I don't know. I just see like she has major problems. I don't know what's happening in the home, but what I've seen, it's not a happy marriage. I don't know, each to their own, but she is problematic. And for everybody that listens to her and like gives her attention, that's the problem. Like the first panelist, if we didn't talk about her, she would implode. She needs this, negative or not. Like she thrives on it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like, ugh. But I wanted to thank you. Yeah, you had a great live tonight, and I think we've all said this all before. It's nothing we haven't said. She is problematic, and when you can't see your own hypocrisy or deny it, you really have problems in it, and it's not normal human behavior. Like anybody in the chat tonight will say she's not a normal behavior. We all have humility. We all, she can't, it's mind blowing. It's actually like, if I was a psychologist, I would love to get into her head, because it's probably amazing in there for a psychologist. Like, my God, like imagine living your life, but you can't keep up with your own lies, or it's so many lies. Like, imagine living like that.
Oh God, it has to be exhausting. Always worrying and stressing and trying to control or change or affect how everyone thinks of you, sees you, and interacts with you. I mean, oh my God, just
and then being called out on your shit, and then you have to paddle back and make another. Like, she's been caught in so many lies, and she always, she gets caught, and then she makes an excuse, sweeps it under the rug. Like, my God, imagine living like that. What a wild ride, man. Holy. Like, my God.
Yeah.
Amazing. But thank you for letting me be on.
Oh, thanks for coming on. I'm sorry it took me so long. I didn't know who it was, and like I said,
okay.
You obviously don't have a penis, but still, I didn't want to see one tonight.
No, it's okay. I totally get it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. See you later.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay. And on that note, I think I'm going to wrap this up myself, because it's like 20 after 3 a.m. And I really did. I made a video too, because I wanted to kind of just commentate or whatever a little bit on her shit instead of like the translator. But I think I'm going to do the translator with the video, and then maybe I'll commentate on it or something afterwards. Is there a psychology YouTuber that could do a study on KJ? There's a lot of YouTubers. But I'll get it. There's a lot of YouTubers though who's have some sort of degree or whatever in the field or relative field, but I don't think that they would actually do one on her, because I honestly, it would be unethical, because they're not treating her, they're not familiar with her, it's just YouTube videos, But I would like to be a fly on a wall or something at some just like bitch fest between like two psychologists who are familiar with her. Just, they're hanging out as friends and just talking shit about her. I think that would be interesting. So, and Jerry K, I didn't want to see a penis tonight. I think like all three of my mods, or I know Nikki did anyways, did the same thing as you. Like, Aaron, 2021, no penises tonight. I don't have penis phobia. I have like getting like not it's not demonetization. It's the you get the adult rating or whatever on YouTube, because then like no one fucking sees your video. Like, just no one's gonna see it at that point, because then it's not only are you not being advertised or pushed through the algorithm or whatever their shit is, you're actively being hidden then at that point. And I feel like penises will get me hidden. So good night, Susan Elliott. Thanks for being here. Oh, Mrs. Care, that's awesome. Thank you. She says, thank you to everyone here tonight. I don't participate in any other chats anymore. All class around here, thanks to the mods. They are awesome. They really are. And it's like, I feel like I kind of ended up with them as mods by just happenstance, you know? And that just, it's like freaking amazing, you know? Because you think in an instance like that, you're gonna bound to get like 1 or 2 bad apples, and I got like no bad apples. Like they're all fantastic. Like not even just as mods, just as people. So I lucked out. I really lucked out. Yeah, I got dick bombed. I did. Last night. I got a little excited and ahead of myself, I guess, and clicked the add button. And next thing I know, there it is. There it is. Oh God, no, not with the hot pockets. Yeah, Alabama hot pockets won't get me hidden. Yep. Well, I mean, if an image of an actual one ended up in the stream, maybe, but that's not, no, don't get any ideas. It looked like a person, so it really, I mean, I only saw it for a second. I think that they jumped out, like, I was going to hit remove, like, as my hand was going to the mouse, and, like, then they left. But when they were behind, they were using, was it Rarely Care's name or whatever? It wasn't them, obviously. It was a sock account of that name. But when they were in the studio, they had an icon, an avatar. And so when I hit the button and I went to another tab and I came back, as I was coming back, just there was, like, you know, like I was on chat roulette or something, you know, there was. Yeah, no, it was like what you'd see on chat roulette, but not that I would know or anything. You know. Yeah, they are sick, John. They are. Yeah, but there was just Brit, wasn't it? That started that the Alabama Hot Pocket. John says, "Oh my God, I looked up Alabama Hot Pocket after hearing about it on this channel. Y'all are sick." Yeah, that's true. Whatever you do, though, do not Google naked otters. Just don't. Awesome, JOK. I love this community. Yay. I like it too. Yes, it was just Brit. Yeah, blame just Brit. Word. Sue M's a rotten apple. Sure, Jan. Yeah, we are all still here to Clueless, but I'm shutting it down because now my streaming time just changed to 3 hours. So I know, Marco. I know now you're gonna do it, huh? Yeah. Well, in that case, then you definitely don't want to Google. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I don't remember, Llama Girl, what exactly the naked otter is. I just remember someone told me not to Google it, and I Googled it, and I was just like, oh my God, no. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something gross and, you know, sexual or whatever. I want to say it was like right up there with like 2 girls in 1 cup or something, but I don't know. Yeah, you might just have to see for yourself. What I want to know though is who discovered that? Like, who just took it upon themselves for no reason but to Google naked otters? Like, were they expecting to find like naked otters? I mean, I don't understand. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Vivi LCR. I love your channel, Aaron. Thanks for the laughs. Aw, thank you. I'm gonna need that list. And otter is also a gate. Oh, I did not know that, John. Okay. Okay. I did not know that. No, I guess I wanted to say it was something along the lines, but it wasn't just like normal, just like, physical affection. It was something like extreme. I don't know either. Well, shit. I don't know. Okay, on that note, I am going to say goodnight. So thank you everyone for being here. And I'm going to hold that video now, and I'm going to do a translator video with it. And hopefully I'll have it out, I don't think tomorrow, but by Monday, hopefully. So, but all right. Yeah. Yay. Good night. Thanks for being here.